It has been 315 days since football was last played here on Wilson Field, and we come back to a little bit of an overcast day, but I have to say, it is exciting. I'm Alejandro Flores, here with Justin Lee, my partner, and Justin, all I have to say is, we are back.
Absolutely, yes, we are back indeed. Finally got football after a long offseason here back at Wilson Field. No better place to be here on a Saturday night. And being next to you, man, any time of the day, I'll call a game with you.
Definitely, 100%. So, now we get into, this is a big game for the Chapman Panthers, but not just for the Chapman Panthers, this is a big game for the entire SCIAC Conference. So let's go over just how some of those games went and games that we should expect to see upcoming. Now, first of all, we have a couple of solidified games already. Cal Lutheran versus Pacific Lutheran, 27-37. Pacific Lutheran won that one. Laverne versus Puget Sound, and George Fox versus Claremont. Laverne and Claremont both getting the wins there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you see Linfield versus Redlands and Pacific University versus Pomona Pitzer. Linfield was one of those teams that made it to the NCAA tournament last year. Redlands really got a big challenge for them, but this is kind of that Northwestern, Western kind of crossover for the entire weekend here for football. So a lot of good games to see, but obviously we're here to see one game, and that's this one.
So then let's talk about that game. We have two powerhouse teams coming at it, but teams both having high expectations. So how do they match up to each other, Justin?
Well, yeah, I mean, they do match up pretty well, but once we get to that, we will. But we got an interesting video we got to take a look at before we can talk about these teams.
Chapman going to go onto the field with Pregame leadership.
And it is time. Let's see how these two teams match up. Justin, if you would take the reins.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Pirates come in here on their ships. You know, they come in with the Jolly Roger. They want to take all the gold and glory for themselves. You know, these are two pretty good teams for, you know, their respective conferences. You see Chapman and Whitworth both finished middle of the pack in their conferences last year. Chapman, we know very well, you know, they've had some really tough matchups in the middle of the season. So, you know, they lost that bid to get to the SCIAC Conference. New look this year for the SCIAC Conference, we'll probably talk to a little bit later. But Whitworth coming in here, finished fourth in the NWC Northwestern Conference. They look pretty good, but these two teams are really closely matched up with each other. A lot of familiar faces on these teams, so we got a lot that we've got to take a look at. So, you know, this might be a really close game.
Yes, it is going to be a very close game, and a big factor to that close game is going to be how the injuries stack up. Now, the Chapman Panthers, while their game did not count, they did suffer some injuries to the starters. And while we might not have all the info on that, we do have someone who is. Angela Hara is going to be working on the sidelines the entire game, and she's going to be down here with more info right now.
Thank you so much, Alejandro. Yeah, like you mentioned, there's a lot of injuries happening on the Chapman Panthers side. There's 4 to be exact, and 2 of those injuries are actually captains of the Panthers. That's going to be Evan Grieve, number 11, and Marcos Reyes, number 5. Now, Evan Grieve did tell me that he did actually he said that he is going to be up and running next week. Specifically, he said everybody needs to expect that Evan Grieve is going to be up and running. As far as Marcos Reyes, unfortunately not so positive. Marcos is recovering from a foot surgery, so you know they say he's going to be out for the entire season. We're going to have to see how that recovery goes. There are 2 other Panthers, Josh Williams, number 97, and he's actually recovering from a concussion. I talked to him. He said that he doesn't know exactly how that recovery is going to look like. He doesn't know when he's going to be back. And our last player, Beeble, number 3, he pulled a shoulder, and he said that he is going to be up and running in 2 weeks. But that's the injury update for right now. Back to you guys in the studio.
And thank you again, Angela, for that recap. Now, these injuries are going to play a huge part, and they're going to play a huge part because some of those players were what we would consider key players.
Right.
As we like, players to look out for, players to watch out for. Now, before we get to Chapman's side, which is going to have a lot of changes than we would expect, we're going to do about the coaches' comparisons first. Now, when we talk about these 2 coaches, this is going to be a huge part to the team's motivation, how they play, and the 2 team strategies. Now, we have 2 coaches that are going head-to-head here who have a lot of experience, one more than the other, but we'll get into that right now. Coach Owens, all-time 113-99 compared to 65-21 for Sandberg, and Owens 7 wins away from that big mark of 120, looking to get that this year. 5 conference wins for the Panthers, 1 for Whitworth, and the NCAA appearances, 2 for Whitworth for Sandberg, and 1 for Coach Owens. So that experience, you got to wonder, is going to play a factor into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you talk about the experience, like, you know, between these two coaches. Obviously, Coach Owens has more experience, but both of these coaches have had experience coming into the NCAA tournament, and they have really good experience building winning teams. Now, that's the kind of story that we're looking at. I mean, they were really close last year, both these teams in their conferences, to making, like, you know, conference titles, you know, winning a lot more games than they needed to. But this is the experience level that we're going to look at today, and they're both evenly matched. So that's just the biggest thing for sure. You know, between these two coaches, you know, Rod Sandberg, you know, he's coming in here, you know, unfamiliar territory. We know this matchup has been here for some time. They haven't played since 2019. And Coach Owens, Whitworth, he's seen before many times, so they're going to know exactly.
And speaking of Sandberg and that Whitworth Pirates team, we have to talk about these key players. First one, Daniel McKiernan, 1 interception, 9 tackles, and 2 assists, doing it from a safety spot in the DB position. Very impressive to do, playing a huge effect in the run defense as well in the pass. Another player we have to talk about for Whitworth, Evan Liggett, wide receiver, the leading receiver for Whitworth. Just last year, he had a huge effect on the team as he had 445 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns, and 14 yards per game. And also something to talk about for Liggett is the fact that he did have 70 yards receiving and a touchdown in that last game. So he's still picking up a little bit where he left off from last season. We're going to have to see what kind of impact he makes. A tall receiver to look out for. Now this one, bit of a late time decision call here. Caleb Shawwin, one of the key players for Whitworth, is going to be out for this game. The middle linebacker, key to that defense. As you can tell, they're engineers. They're the ones who call the plays. They're the ones who handle it. So Shawwin being out with 5 tackles, 1 sack, and 3 tackles for a loss last game, now not being able to be an impact in this game. We're going to see how that affects Whitworth and really just how the Pirates can adjust with the loss of one of their key linebackers in Shawwin. You know, we have a couple backups who are going to be coming in, and they're going to do a little bit of a linebacker rotation, but Shawwin's loss is still going to be noticeable throughout this game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for Dylan, you know, for the receiver, you know, Liggett, you know, and you also got to mention Dylan Cook, who's also really good on that receiving side. They're going to have to pick it up more, you know, with the defense being down a man, and obviously, so that's going to be the biggest thing here. And the defense is going to have a hard time even playing against a guy like Nathaniel Espinoza, who we know and love, you know, for this team as the commander, obviously. But now we can talk about Chapman Panthers players. You know, some of those key players. I like to think about them as like X-factor players because we have, you know, the injuries you're talking about. Isaiah Woods is coming here in the place of Marcos Reyes. We didn't get a big glimpse of him. They're not a big sample size of what he had last year. You see 162 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not a whole lot, but his average was really good. So we got that sample size. So, and last week, 2 weeks ago when they played Pacific University, he had a really long touchdown for a score. So, and then one of the other guys, Quentin Bible, who we also talked about, the tight end, is also out with that shoulder injury, right? So now you talk about the guy behind him, who's Joey Omar, who's just coming in here. You know, a guy who I actually personally played with at Saddleback Community College. He comes here as a transfer junior, you know, sitting behind Quentin Bible. Now he gets his chance to shine here. He had actually a really big reception in that game against Pacific as well. So this is the talent that we're going to see out here because there's unfamiliar territory for a guy like Nathaniel Espinoza when he's looking for guys to throw the ball to. You know, you don't have Wyatt Harden, you don't have Spencer Corona. You got to look to, you know, your best targets. And this is one of those guys they're going to have to look out for sure, you know, in Joey Omar. And now we turn to the defense. The guy that I'm looking for that we have not seen before is Hunter Headley, a mysterious figure that we just see here walking in here from South Dakota University. Played 5 years over there, coming in here with Division I experience. And he's coming to Division III program. He's going to headline that defense. He's going to disrupt the passing game, the run game, you know, with the experience of Terriquez and K. Jordan, all those guys in there, the familiar faces. And you see, you know, Hunter Headley didn't have a big sample size when he played there, but he might have a really big impact here. So this is kind of the X factor that we're looking for. Like, how can they change up the face of this defense? You know, how does Joey Omar, how does Isaiah Woods change the look of the offense? So some unfamiliar territory, but that's okay, you know, coming in here against a non-conference opponent.
And again, we have to talk about the loss of having Hunter Henley, and then on the other hand, the loss of the starting middle linebacker for Whitworth. Both ends on the defense right there. Both one having their captain right there with them, the other one losing one. It's going to be interesting to see how that really does play an effect into this game. Those are the key players that we have to look out for. Now, you may notice, key players, we did not mention the quarterbacks. What these two quarterbacks we will mention right now. These are two of the top in the league, someone to look out for on both ends, especially on the Chapman Panthers side.
Absolutely, yeah. So let's talk about these guys, of course. Nathaniel Espinosa, we know and love him all well. You know, he plays like a Russell Wilson type of quarterback. 2,000 yards passing, 170 yards. He beats you with the arm. He beats you with the leg. 29 touchdowns. He's one of the biggest keys to this team. He's a reason why this team knows how to win. Austin Ewing is actually a new face that we haven't seen for Whitworth coming in. He played against Eastern Oregon last week. Looked pretty good before he got knocked out in the first half of the game. But a transfer coming from Southern Utah University, a sub-Division I school, played 5 years there, was kind of that wildcat running back for a little bit, but he comes in here, you know, with that experience, so why not? Why not throw in a guy that has all that experience in there?
And as we go over these QB comparisons, we now get ready for game time, and we will transition to the national anthem. So these two quarterbacks, something to look out for, but let's move over to the national anthem.
And you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
A fantastic national anthem. I tell you what, national anthems, when you hear it, it just gets you ready for game day. It gets you pumped up.
Yeah, absolutely. That was an awesome rendition. Sung no better, obviously. That was amazing.
So now as we get ready for this game, we're going to have the teams, two captains, both come out for each side for the coin toss. And while that's going to happen, we will also be going over the starting players for each team. As we go over the full list of each team, it's going to be a lot to expect, a heavy defensive battle from both sides. Anything to look out for schematically for these two defenses?
Well, I mean, you take a look. We can talk about some of the defensive schemes that they run a lot. Typically, Chapman runs that cover two defense on top, two safeties on top, two corners down at the bottom. They use those linebackers pretty well. That front seven is actually pretty strong for this Chapman team. Obviously, we talked about Hunter Henley in there, Tariquez, and K. Jordan. Those are the two returners that have veteran experience for this team. You can see K. Jordan with the hair, right? And then, you know, for Whitworth, who are coming in here, they typically run a lot of disguised defense. They run typically a kind of cover six look for the most part. So, but the biggest thing is they're going to have to contain these two running backs. You know, we've got Isaiah Woods and our guy, Gio Orsino. You know, that's our guy right there. And then they got to obviously, you know, keep protection against Nathaniel Espinosa, who will beat you on his legs 100%. We're going to see it all tonight.
And a lot of disguise coverages is going to make the job a little bit tougher for Nathaniel Espinoza. It's going to be hard to find out sometimes. Is it man defense? Is it cover 2? Is it cover 3? What exactly is he looking for? And that's going to be where Nathaniel Espinoza is going to be put to the test a little bit to make some reads and try to find what the defense has for tells, per se. That's what you got to look for in a defense. You got to look for tells. What did the defense do as a habit? Every single time they go into coverage, does the safety always move up? Does he move back? How does he make it known what he's doing? And that's what's going to be the task for Nathaniel Espinoza going into this game, looking for those defensive tells.
Yeah, definitely. You know, between these two teams, they've got really strong defenses, obviously.
Visiting team. This side is heads, this side is tails. What's your call, sir?
Tails.
Tails. Whitworth has won the toss, elected to defer. They will kick from the clock. Chapman will receive away from the clock. Gentlemen, good luck.
So we will see Nathaniel Espinoza hit the field first against the Whitworth Pirates. Now, something to mention about this Chapman offense is they like to strike quick. Something worth mentioning is a game last year just against Laverne. First play of the game, they did take a shot deep down the field for a touchdown on the opening play to Spencer Corona. That was Nathaniel Espinoza who was the one who threw that play. And now we have to see how the Chapman Panthers are going to try to open up this game against a solid front seven from the Whitworth Pirates.
Yeah, definitely, and we're going to talk about it all night. Nathaniel Espinoza, he had so many targets last year, and as we take a look at the starting lineups, we'll take a look at that. But we can talk about that in a second, but we got to talk about Whitworth first. So let's take a look at their lineups right here, right now. As you see for Whitworth's offense, you've got Kiefer Furnish, Jake McCabe, Pat Miller, Jake Trost, Dylan Hell, and Isaac Fields as the tight end there protecting their quarterback, who is Austin Ewing back there. Solo Hines is their running back. Dylan Cook had 3 touchdowns in that game last week against Eastern Oregon. Wide receiver Jarvis Tavidad, and then wide receiver Evan Legay, which was one of your key players for this team. We go to the defensive side. You got Nathaniel Hummel, Alex Smith, not the QB, Justin Geese, JT Munoz, Dylan Ventris, and Caleb Shawin, who is out, so we'll see Loveless tonight rather than Caleb Shawin, who decided not to be here in pads tonight. So that's the starting lineup here for the Pirates.
Now we move over to the Chapman starting lineup. As we have for the Chapman offense right now, it's going to be James Crowell, Brad Sweeney, Donovan Porter, Brandon Fleece, Kenny Corber, and Parker Whitman, who shore out that offensive line. Now moving to the key skill players per se, Joey Omar, Nathaniel Espinoza, Isaiah Woods, the replacement coming in at running back, and the 2 big weapons, Amir Adams and John Legman, who are going to be at the receiver spots. Now moving over to the Chapman Panthers defense, and that front seven is going to be the huge key to this game with Isaiah Munoz, Ty Hardigan, and Jonathan Sheets leading that front on the D-line. Then we got Cade Jordan, as we mentioned before, Hunter Headley, and Alexander Tariquez, all veterans working on that backside. Then we got Julian Aldridge, and now working for the defensive backs, Colin Keefe, Adam Andrade, Seth Holbrook, and Rennick Martin. That's going to shore up the defense for the Chapman Panthers as both teams start to huddle up and we get ready for the kickoff. Do you have any expectations for this game, Justin?
It's going to be close. I think that's the big deal here. Whitworth ran a different quarterback last year. He actually had a chance in the last game after Ewing got knocked out, walked in. Ryan Blair is the guy I'm talking about. And, they're going to run 2 different quarterbacks. Look, if they feel like they need to. If Austin Ewing begins to struggle, then they can throw Blair out there. So the expectation is, you got to keep it close. I think for Chapman, they got to strike early, which they've always done. They've run a little razzle-dazzle with some trick plays last year. That's kind of the big key because Coach Owens is always confident in this team. He trusts the arm that he's got back there. And so, the expectation is we might see a really big fight today.
Oh, I like that.
We're going to see a big fight. We're going to see cannons going off. We're going to see all the action between the Panthers and the Pirates today. Let me tell you.
I like it. I like it. Now, do you think we might see any trick plays early in this game, or would that be something that Owens pulls out later? What is your idea on that?
I mean, we saw it before last year in the homecoming game, and then it was a drop pass by, Wyatt Harden that came in there, and then, of course, he's going to try it. They're going to try it anytime they choose to. So I think we're going to do it. But, I mean, if you're betting with me, I see the odds are in our favor, honestly.
As it looks like the special teams is going to head out to the field after breaking the huddle. Both teams take the field. The Chapman Panthers will receive the ball first. It's going to be Isaiah Woods and Gio Ursino back in the far end for the Chapman Panthers receiving the kick. For Whitworth, we have their kicker all the way. It's going to be Aiden Bone who's going to be the kicker for Whitworth and the Pirates. We have waited a long time for Chapman football. It is back on Wilson Field. We cannot wait. Here we go as we get ready with Bone's kick. Bone lines up, and here we go. The kick is going to go a little short, but still to Isaiah Woods, and Isaiah Woods will take this out. Good block in front for Woods, and he takes it to the 19-yard line is where they'll get placed.
Not a bad return by Isaiah Woods there, getting down to the 20-yard line. That was a really good kick by Bone to kick it right at the 1-yard line and take it out, making the Chapman returner take it out towards the 20 rather than the 25. The coverage did kind of break down there a little bit for Chapman, so you'd like to see them kind of cover up a little bit more on that. But our guy, here he comes, Nathaniel Espinoza.
Nathaniel Espinoza, again, coming off of that fantastic season last year. Again, this Chapman Panthers team runs a lot of plays out of gun, and it looks like they're going to do so to start this as they have to reset the play clock real quick to 25 seconds.
A little slow start here, but, that happens, right? We get a little technical difficulties here.
As Espinoza is going to have one man in the backfield, motions a man, and he's going to toss it to him, going on the left side with a lot of room to work and getting a good gain of about 7 yards. A solid run on the first play. That was Gio Ursino coming out of a wide receiver spot.
Well, you see Isaiah Woods in the backfield, and Ursino goes to motion, and they do like a little jet sweep there with the running back. Typically they run wide receivers and jet sweep plays, but you talk about the kind of trickery that they like to pull here. So interesting play by Coach Owens to throw that out there.
And we have 2nd and 3. Isaiah Woods still in the backfield with Espinoza. Espinoza motioning another man again as it looks to be a zone defense. Espinoza rolling out, throwing it quick, and a good completion for a short gain, fighting for some extra yards, and gets it down to about the 35-yard line. Good play by John Legman. Legman's first catch of this game goes for a gain of 4 and a first down.
That was a really good play. Nathaniel Espinoza uses those legs, kind of gets out of the pocket, seemed like a design throw, finds his man, John Legman, for the first down, and they move the chains.
And it looks like the Panthers are going a little quick with their setup. Already set up in their formation. 2 receivers out with the tight end. It's going to be the first run here up the middle for a gain of about 3 yards.
One of the biggest things that you got to see with Chapman and their run offense, they love to run it up the middle, attack this defense at the teeth, give Nathaniel Espinoza a chance to use his legs or stay in the pocket there, and then they go to a play action pass typically after a run play like that. So maybe we might see something here.
Espinoza now working for 2nd and 7. Looks like trips formation to the right side. Espinoza's going to roll out again. This one's going to be a QB design play. Good block. Espinoza with room, and he's going to slide down past the 50-yard line for a first down.
Well, we talked about it, right? We knew what's going to happen with Nathaniel Espinoza. He's going to get out of the pocket. He's going to use his leg, run down the field, beat you with the legs, and pretend he's like a running back. I mean, look at the speed on this. Near face mask there by number 14 on that last play. But, I mean, that's the kind of threat you're looking at in Nathaniel Espinoza. He's going to run everywhere.
And a great block by Isaiah Woods as well to help give him room. Now we have Crowell working all the way to the right side. Amir Adams out of the slot on that right end. Espinoza's getting the play. Whitworth looks like they're having too high safety look. Espinoza, play action. Quick throw to Amir Adams. Amir Adams with speed, working to the right side. Fights off a tackle, tries to get another one, cannot. It will go for a gain of about 5 yards.
How about that play? That time, nickel corner comes down, looking for his running back, not able to get there in time. Isaiah Woods breaks a tackle, stays on his feet. That's the kind of stature that we're looking for.
As Espinoza is getting the play from the sidelines. No sub-ins so far for the Panthers either. Something worth mentioning is they're keeping the same guys. As it looks like a bit of a confusion from the refs as well. Now for Whitworth, how do you handle this right now? The run game seems to be working perfectly.
Well, they just got to figure out dissect these plays a little bit. It is the first drive, so they're going to see this team with the first glimpse.
As he gets Amir Adams on the out for a first down inside the 30-yard line now. 2 catches for Amir Adams and a solid gain there for the first.
Well, when you're playing a team that is 0-0, I'm sure their energy is a lot bigger for this game because they were up 24-0 in that game against Pacific University, and they're coming in here like, why not bring some energy?
Espinoza getting the play from the sidelines. And the way it works in college, they do have signal callers. All the quarterbacks are actively involved, giving signs for the players. As Espinoza sets up here on a 1st and 10 inside the 30. Espinoza's first snap, rolls out, avoids the tackle. He's got open room now, looking, throwing to the end zone. Caught! And it's incomplete, out of bounds. For a split second, it looked like he would have had it. James Crowell went up for it, could not come down with it.
Yeah, Crowell was wide open in the end zone. Nathaniel Espinoza saw him late, threw this ball up in the air, saw his man in the end zone, but he's just out of bounds. You see, not able to get 1 foot in bounds. That was a great throw, though, by Nathaniel Espinoza.
And now we have 2 running backs in the backfield here, so we're going to have Gio Ursino working out of the backfield here with Isaiah Woods. Working with the 2-back set, 2nd and 10. Espinoza takes a snap, rolls out again. A lot of rollout we've been seeing. Amir Adams, a lot of him we've been seeing. Amir Adams showing a lot of strength. We've been seeing a lot of that as well. And the Panthers looks to be close to a first down. And it will be a first down for Amir Adams. That's now 3 plays where the Chapman Panthers have gone it on 2nd down all the way to a first down.
Yeah, I see a lot of rollouts here. You see Nathaniel Espinoza, another design throw over to his man Amir Adams. Juggles it a little bit, knocks the man out of the way. How about that for a start here?
Espinoza getting the play from the sidelines. So far, this offense is working in perfection. McKierman right now has been the one who's gotten the most tackles right now on the Whitworth side. Again, a player to watch out for. Handoff here, Gio Ursino. Can't get past the first wave, and that's going to be a loss. Or it will stay for just a solid gain right there at the line of scrimmage. So it will make it 2nd and 10.
Well, instead of running it inside, they decided to take it outside with Ursino. But credit to the Whitworth defense for chasing the man down and gang tackling Ursino at the line of scrimmage, attacking at the teeth of this offense.
So far, Nathaniel Espinoza on this drive, 4 of 5 passing for 37 yards. Also the leading rusher with 15 yards. And something else worth mentioning, Amir Adams already with a whopping 28 yards just on this drive alone. A huge emphasis in this offense early. Espinoza takes a snap. Play action, roll out again. Espinoza's throw is low to the ground, incomplete. And it will make it 3rd and 10 for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's John Legman there on that play. This ball is a little underthrown towards the ground. He tries to make an adjustment there on the throw. You see Nathaniel Espinoza gets his snap. Play action, rolls out to the right. Got a man chasing him, and it's just underthrown. Would have been a good game, but they're here at 3rd down. Their red zone efficiency looks really good. They were ranked top 20 Division III in multiple categories in the red zone.
And that was a great play by McKiernan on the defensive side. Again, the key player to look out for Whitworth. Target you don't like to throw to too often. 3rd and 10. Nathaniel Espinoza takes a snap. He's going to do a design run, and a flag is down. That's going to be for a holding. It's going to be a touchdown for the moment, but it appears to be a holding call in the backfield.
Yeah, I think this one's coming back. It looked like there was a hold at the line there, but this was a good play design. Just got to hold yourself back a little bit.
And that'll make it a replay of down. It's going to make it 3rd and 20. As you can see, the hold happen right there on the end of the left side. But a good play design.
Yeah, you see the tackle there trying to disengage, and number 69 for Chapman is holding onto him a little too much. Refs are going to call that all day.
Now it puts him in a deep 3rd and 20 situation here. What do you do, Justin, in this situation in 3rd and 20?
It's a long way to go. This is not unfamiliar territory for the Panthers, but maybe try to throw a little play action here, try to make the Whitworth defense think you're going to do a run play, and try to find somebody open down the middle. Looks like they're running 2 safety look high up.
It's a 3-man rush for Whitworth, and it's going to be a design screen. He's got a little bit of room, and it's a fumble, and it's going to be picked up by Whitworth. What a hit. Boom, stick from the Whitworth Pirates. And right now the ball on the field, and it will go to the Pirates. A costly turnover for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt. That was Lakeman on that reception. Looked like he almost could have been able to get away, but the linebacker comes in with a boomstick, and he comes in there lightning fast and knocks the ball out of his hands. That's got to be a tough stretch for the Panthers. You know, you work all the way down here and you're not able to get to the end zone. Look at that hit. That's absolutely ridiculous.
And that was a huge hit by the linebacker there in that position. What a play it was. And now Whitworth starts with the ball, and we're going to start with Austin Ewing working at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, it was number 14,
Right here
Dylan
in the
Ventures
pistol
on that
formation.
fumble play.
Handoff. Lot of open room for Whitworth, and that first gain is going to go for a big one. A gain of about, looks to be 14 yards. What a run on that first play.
Yeah, that's number 20, Luis Salgado coming in here. Also had a pretty good game against Eastern Oregon. Comes in here, first run of the day. Just get some easy yards to start off this drive.
A good first play it is. Ewing now working again out of the gun. A bit of a hard count there, trying to see if he can get the defense to bite and show its coverage. Ewing now dropping back to pass. Ewing's first pass is going to be a little behind as the receiver stumbles as well. That was Liggett, who could not get his balance there on the outside.
Yeah, that's one of the key players you were talking about for this Whitworth offense. He actually just stumbled on that play as he was coming on his corner route there, or the out route, I should say, and just tripped up there. Austin Ewing already let it go, way out of the reach of his receiver.
Makes
That
it
just got hurt.
2nd and 10, and you have to wonder what the Panthers defense, when they're going to start bringing that pressure. They did have a lot of sacks before that game did get canceled last week, and there it is. Tariq was with the pressure, and what a catch for a short game, but nonetheless, it still has an effect. Good pressure by Alex Tariquez right up the middle, and Ewing with a quick pass to get a completion. What a catch.
Well, he's just a free linebacker, blitzing the quarterback. He just gets this one out quick. Over to Navidad. He makes a one-handed catch. A little bobble there, but great job by the receiver to be able to secure that pass.
Jarvis Natividad, hands like glue on that one. And it makes it 3rd and manageable now for Whitworth in a 3rd and 7. Ewing in the gun. Blitz from the Chapman Panthers. Steps back, fires deep over the middle, and it's over the head of Liggett. And that's going to be a stop for the Chapman Panthers, and it looks like Whitworth will be getting ready to punt.
Well, that's a great job by the Panthers. They brought a blitz package there, getting in the face of Ewing. He just throws this one up, and it's way overthrown over the head of his receiver. That was Liggett on that play as well. All 6'3", wasn't able to get into his space with the ball. Falls in there, and a great stop by the Panthers after that fumble. Good response from this team.
A great response indeed. And now punting will be Spencer King for Whitworth, and it looks like returning is actually going to be Amir Adams. And most of the time the punt return has been Gio Ursino, but it looks like they're going to go with the hot hand of Amir Adams, who's been showing a lot of versatility with run after the catch. Receives the punt here, puts a move on. Great cut block, but it's going to get a flag, unfortunately. Amir Adams is going to go down at the 35, but there's a flag on the field, and it might be for that block there on the back end.
I want to say we might have a blindside block in the back behind the returner on that play.
And this will move the Panthers back from what would have been great field position just ahead of the 30-yard line as the refs meet up right in the middle.
How about that punt by Spencer King? Ooh, all spiral above the lights.
I was about to say, as a former punter yourself, you have to have a little bit of admiration for that.
Oh, I was drooling all over that punt. That was beautiful.
Okay.
Give me that again, man.
As the refs have a bit of a discussion, and let's see.
Return.
They do
blocking
call
the
a
back. Number 41. 10 yards from the spot of foul. First down, Chapman.
We'll make it first down, 10 yards back from where it happened. So the play did happen at, looks to be the 26-yard line, making the ball move all the way to the 16-yard line. So the Panthers working deep back in their own territory.
Well, that's just a tough play. Number 41, Luke Smith, is credited with that block in the back. You can't hit a guy, obviously, in that spot when he's not looking, for injury, obviously. Well, we were taking a look at a replay from earlier. You see the blitz package, overthrown. Then, we'll getting to the punt and then getting over on this side, and looks like we're ready to go here.
The Pressure getting to Ewing there to cause the overthrow. Now we have Nathaniel Espinoza back on the field. Working out of the gun again. Chapman special. It looks like they're going to get Espinoza to run. Good move at first. Then throws it wide open to Amir Adams. Amir Adams on the run now. Amir Adams with speed. Amir Adams stiff arm. Tries to stay down but cannot. He will go out at around the 28-yard line. A huge gain for the Panthers.
I'm sorry, but when we see this replay, just look at the move that this man put on a defender. Look at Nathaniel Espinoza doing a little dance class in the pocket there, moving to his left, makes a stiff move over to his right, finds his man Amir Adams down the field, and he's wide open.
And Amir Adams, great improvisation there as it looked like he was just trying to catch a wide receiver screen, noticed the scramble and decided to move up into the open space. That's exactly what they teach you. Espinoza now handoff, play action. Look at it go deep, throws it deep, and incomplete. Try to get it to Legman there. Again, another attempt to Legman to no avail.
Hey,
great defense by Whitworth.
Keep the big plays coming. Why not? You know, over to Legman, down in the end zone, keep creating big plays. Near hold for the Panthers on that last play, but Espinoza looking for his first touchdown, passing touchdown of the season. He's looking pretty good.
And that was a great play by Templeton as well, working out of the safety spot to kind of disrupt that pass. Almost looked like he had a shot at an interception there too if that stayed a little shorter. Espinoza, handoff to Gio. Gio trying to put a move on, cannot. A fantastic play by the defense. And number 33, what a play he did to disrupt, getting right up the middle. Fantastic play by Whitworth, moving the players. Looks like it's moving the Panthers back now to a third and very long again, facing it again close to the 40.
That was number 33, Dylan O in the D-line, a senior, 214 pounds out of Snohomish, Washington. Just kind of gets back into the backfield, unblocked, finds Ursino, gets him on the ground. Good play for a tackle for a loss.
Third and long again for Espinoza, hoping that it works out better for the Panthers than it did last time. Espinoza's taking the snap, dropping back in the pocket, and just tries to dump it off to Ursino, goes a little high. And now makes it fourth and extremely long. You have to wonder, with the Panthers being in no man's land here a little bit, if they're going to think about going for it.
Well, they brought the energy back with that big play there. Looks like they're coming with their punt group here, trying to punt and pin the Pirates offense back deep in their own territory, but Nathaniel Espinoza just missed his guy over the top, overthrown, no pressure in his face, just a miscue on offense there.
A little bit of confusion for Whitworth. This is going to be Owen Tapia who's going to punt it for the Panthers, someone that we know. We've seen him mic'd up, and we will have another segment with him later on. Here is the punt return from Natividad, who made the fantastic catch. We have an early flag on the field. And the ball's going to roll favorable for the Panthers to the 11-yard line. There is an early flag that was thrown. And you have to see how this is going to affect the play here. He heads over to the Panthers sideline for a second. Looks like he wants to get the coach's word. Talk to Bob Owens on whether he's going to accept or decline this.
Well,
so it will go in the favor of the Panthers, it appears.
Well, let's talk about it a bit. Look at this punt. Little fumble there by the punter. Not exactly sure where we see the flag there, but it was thrown by the back judge on the Whitworth side, so happened somewhere in the middle of the field. Guess we'll get an explanation here in just a second.
I have to say it was an interesting formation, too, for Whitworth in that punt formation, as well as actually the Panthers. The O-line was really spread out in that one. Not as tight of a punt formation as you'd expect to see. Possibly just to kind of play a deception. And here we'll get the call.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 12-man information. That 5-yard penalty was forced from the end of the run. First down.
So they take the penalty at the end of the run, an illegal substitution, a man getting in at the last second. That is illegal, obviously as the ref said. And now we move to the 10-yard line. Whitworth is going to get pinned back, and this is going to be dangerous with the Chapman Panthers, who like to bring pressure, working in Whitworth territory.
Well, yeah, in that formation, they were subbing a lot of guys out. I guess someone forgot to count how many players were on the field there.
And here we go, first and 10 from the 10. Ewing motions a man, and we'll throw it to him. trying to get around the end and doing so successfully. A solid run on first down. Looks to be a gain of about 8 yards.
There's the guy, Solo Hines out there, 6'1". This is a little jet sweep for the running back. He was lined up in the slot, motioned out, little QB front toss over to him and gets a small gain. Just trying to get a drive together here.
So far from both sides, we've been seeing a lot of sweeps going both ways. Kind of similar offenses we've been seeing. Ewing working out of the gun, trying to see what formation the defense is in, and then gets his play. Ewing adjusting the formation a little bit. Looks like it trips to the left. Takes the snap. Handoff here for another good game for Whitworth. And just like that, they have gotten clear out of their own territory now, moving to the 28-yard line.
Great job by Solo Hines to get some good yardage out of that.
That was
my apologies. Luis Salgado, my apologies. Coming up the middle there, and credit the O-line for pushing the pile in front of him with that run up the middle.
Luis Salgado with a great run there. That now gives him his second carry of the game. So a lot of carries we've been seeing from Salgado right now, who's actually now listed as the starting running back for Whitworth. But getting a lot of touches, and we have an early timeout for Whitworth. This is with 4 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the first quarter, and Whitworth wants to talk it over.
Well, we talked about it, at the very beginning of this broadcast. Both these teams are going to be fighting each other for the ball. Chapman had a miscue with the fumble there, but it was just a great play by the Whitworth defense on that play. And then they made a stop, later in the quarter, and both of these teams have been playing really well. These defenses have been able to figure out both these teams. We might be in here for a pretty good fight, but we've seen some good flashes from the Panthers offense, moving that ball down the field, but just not able to make some good plays on certain cues on third down, on that golden down, as many people call it.
Something worth noting as well in terms of team stats right now, the Panthers lead in that category 5-1 in comparison to Whitworth. As we see the rush here that actually did give Whitworth the first down. A solid run by Luis Salgado, led really by that front line. As you can see, he had a clear gap once he got past the first wave of tacklers.
Yeah, it's kind of, filling the bubble space there, pushing the guys to the side and creating an open space for their running back. Salgado with great carrier vision.
That was Jonathan Sheets, who almost had an opportunity to make a stop there. Looks to now let that happen again. Chapman with 4 down linemen. Again, mentioning Cade Jordan working on that end there. Quick D end. Someone to look out for. Ewing takes a step. It's going to be another handoff. They're going to go with the hot hand of Salgado. Salgado fumbles it. Ball on the ground, and it looks like for a second Cade Jordan might have come up with it. Another fumble, this time in the favor of the Panthers, and do they get it? Oh, and it looks to be a recovery for the Panthers. It'll be first down from looks to be the 35-yard line.
It's early in the season. You're going to see this typically a lot. Luis Salgado trying to run up the field. A great pull of the ball out there on that play. I'm not sure who we saw there, but big pile there up. And the Panthers get their opportunity. You're going to see this early in the season, ball security.
Hunter Headley with the tackle there, just directly on the ball. A huge tackle in the moment and a huge turnover that the Panthers desperately needed. Now the Panthers offense working in great field position, already working in Whitworth territory.
Well, we talked about at the very beginning, we talked about Hunter Headley being that disruptor and pulling the ball out there. That was one of the key players. This is that X-factor guy that this team needs.
Here's Espinoza working with 2 running backs in the backfield. And this time he's going to give a short run, and it's going to be stuffed immediately, trying to get that to Isaiah Woods. It's so far for the run game for the Panthers has not been too successful outside of Elijah Espinoza. It's been shut down. You have to wonder, with the loss of their starting running back, how that's playing a factor.
Well, they started off pretty strong in the very beginning of the game. It looks like Whitworth is starting to wrap up pretty well, breaking through the line and getting to that running back out there. If you're not able to establish a run game here, it might be a little tough down the road, but the offense for the Panthers, they love to run kind of a spread offense, so they'll throw it to a lot of different weapons and give you different looks every single time with these formations.
That was Zach Brooks and Alex Smith there on the stop for Whitworth. Daniel Espinoza, same formation as last time, now working with a second down. Quick throw, to his receiver on the outside, and he will get the first down. Lakeman showing a little bit of strength and improvisation, as it looks like he will be just a little short, actually. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Did not reach the ball over.
You see Lakeman shaking his head there. He thought he got the first down, reaching the ball out in front of the sticks there, and I didn't get the benefit of the doubt on that play. But the RPO play there, that's the kind of look that this Panthers offense is going to give you.
And again, working out of that same formation, you have to expect 3rd and 1. Looks like Whitworth is going to bring the pressure. The Pirates sending a blitz, and it's going to be Espinoza fighting through the line and looks to be getting the first down as the pile keeps going a little forward. Espinoza, and again, forward progress has been stopped, but not after the Chapman Panthers get their first down. Nathaniel Espinoza, again, the rushing game working so well for him in this early part of the first quarter.
Well, it wasn't a QB sneak formation, but basically it was, design run for Nathaniel Espinoza, creating a hole in space, trying to get the first down and reset these chains.
Worth mentioning, Amir Adams so far, most receptions on the team, working out of the slot. Espinoza on a 1st and 10. And it looks like a reset of the call. They changed formations. This is Isaiah Woods working out of the backfield with Espinoza. And they hand off to Woods. Woods with a nice little spin move. Woods breaks the tackle. Woods in a full race, and Woods will get taken down at about the 11-yard line. First down for the Panthers. And now from the 11-yard line, you can still technically get a first down at the 1-yard line if it comes to that.
Well, hopefully we don't need to get to that. I'm sure the Panthers are looking to try to get the end zone there. Good run here by Isaiah Woods, bouncing out, spin move, and a good chase there by Atticus Templeton to save a touchdown. He almost got away on that play.
And here it is. 1st and 10 from the 11. Another handoff to Woods. Oh, it's going to be a read option. Espinoza to the outside, and he won't get any yards gained. He will just get back to the line of scrimmage. Make it 2nd and 10.
Well, they're trying to show you a different look. Espinoza, another QB design there. Maybe trying to read the defense and see where they're moving. Didn't get the right read. Isaiah Woods had open space, but Espinoza decided to pull it, take it to the outside, and Whitworth saw that, snuffed it out, and got him down.
And here we go, 2nd and 10 in the red zone. As you said, the Chapman Panthers really efficient in the red zone. One of the best teams when it gets to that point. Espinoza on 2nd and 10. As it looks like Whitworth is bringing a little bit of pressure from the end, and they do. Quick throw by Espinoza, and it's going to be incomplete, but a flag is down, and you have to think that might be a pass interference as he tried to get that to Woods. And that was on the other end. That looked to be Dylan Ventress.
Well,
Trying to disrupt that pass.
Yeah, you see Isaiah Woods trying to come back to the football there. The defender's not looking at the ball whatsoever. Blocks the man.
Ball carrying the end zone by rule. Ball be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic, first down.
And by rule, it's going to be placed at the 2-yard line, as the ref said. And now we have 1st and goal for the Panthers, looking to get the first points on the board.
Well, Isaiah Woods trying to contest that catch, trying to get a touchdown reception here. Just kind of got in the way of Ventress, but he wasn't looking at the ball, and that's going to be called all day on the pass interference.
And it looks like an interesting formation we haven't seen before. Power setup for the Panthers as they are showing run. Espinoza's first play, 1st and goal. Takes the snap. He's going to run it up the middle, trying to fight his way through. Cannot. What a play on that side. Number 22 with the tackle. That was Daniel McKiernan. Again, we've called his name a lot for the Pirates.
Yeah, they're trying something different here. They look like they had 2 O-linemen out there to the right of Espinoza, trying to get a power run up the middle. Espinoza looking like he's running on fumes right now. He's been running out there all day.
Espinoza showing his durability on this drive, taking a lot of hits, but pushing through. We now have 2nd and goal, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. The Panthers looking to get the first points on the board. 2 running back formation. We've seen this before. Woods and Ursino working in the backfield. Espinoza snap, gives it to Woods. Isaiah Woods fighting in, and he cannot get it. Isaiah Woods is going to be stuffed. Looks to get to the 1-yard line, though.
Well, how about the job by the Pirates on this goal line stand here against the Panthers? The run game has typically been very strong here in the red zone, and the Pirates are just telling them, you're not going anywhere.
And it looks like the Panthers are going to let the clock run down, and we will reach the end of the first quarter. And that's going to be it for the first quarter. 0-0 is the score, but the Chapman Panthers in scoring position right now, working from the 1-yard line, 3rd and goal. What do you do in this situation?
Well, I mean, typically you'd like to see some one-on-one, matchups there. Throw it to your guy, let him have a chance to get that ball there. They've run it twice up the middle. Obviously, Whitworth is not letting them get through that line there. So they've got to figure out how to get around these guys and figure out how to get into the end zone. We know the smarts of Coach Owens, what kind of plays he likes to run with the spread offense. So when we get here to the second quarter, we might see that here pretty soon.
As we do get ready for what it's going to be in this 3rd and goal situation for the Panthers as they look to try to drive it in. You have to think they'll also go for it on 4th down. And now we have Angela Harda, who's going to be on the sidelines with a little bit more info.
Man, you guys, intense is the word to name this game. I mean, I've been seeing here on the field, especially coming from Whitworth. I mean, that defense is just solid. Talk about the Chapman Panthers trying to score several times. I mean, we've seen number 21 and number 4 on the Chapman Panthers side. That's Hill and Smith. I mean, they've been trying to continuously reach that touchdown, and every time Whitworth has been able to stop them. Super intense, you guys. But that's going to be it. Thankfully, there's no injuries. That's a good sign. But we'll keep you updated on what's happening down here at the game. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Angela. And again, that's a lot of thanks to Daniel McKiernan as well, who has been a big factor for that Pirates defense. Already a lot of tackles in this game, as well as a pass breakup very early in the first quarter. So that key player already having an effect.
Yeah, he's kind of that early MVP in this first quarter. We called his name a ton of times. He had an interception a week ago. He's been a big key for this team so far, as we've seen. So he's been able to snuff out this Panthers offense pretty well.
As it looks like the Chapman Panthers are taking the field as well as the Pirates, as we'll head down to the field for a 3rd and goal situation. Again, with another jumbo set for the Panthers. Ursino now in at running back this time.
That same look from 2 plays ago.
Espinoza is going to take it again. This time, bouncing it to the outside, and the Panthers draw blood first. 6-0 Chapman. Nathaniel Espinoza working off of the right side.
What better way than to start off the year with a Nathaniel Espinoza touchdown? They gave you that same look. They tried something different. Instead of running it up the middle, Espinoza runs it to the outside, and there's nobody there. Nobody, open space, easy score for the touchdown, and a great start here to the Panthers' day here against Whitworth.
An easy walk in for Nathaniel Espinoza, and the Panthers take the 6-0 lead, looking to make it now 7 here with this extra point. The kick is up, and good. The Panthers now lead 7-0 on a long drive for the Chapman Panthers that started actually from the Pirates' own 40-yard line thanks to the fumble.
Yeah, we saw that play coming from a mile away. 2 plays earlier, they ran that same formation, trying to trick Whitworth into thinking, hey, we're going to run it up the middle one more time. Why not? We tried it once, tried it twice, 3rd time's a charm. Nathaniel Espinoza said, nope, went to the outside, scored a touchdown, easy to go.
Easy to go for the Panthers indeed. Again, that rush offense for the Chapman Panthers has been working like a dream. Something worth noting again, the Chapman Panthers leading in the rush yards category. While it's not a lot for both teams, it is in the lead for Panthers with 21-16, and they do lead in the rush attempts as well. A lot of those actually going to Nathaniel Espinoza for main thing to be noted, as it looks like they are using his legs as we predicted.
Well, we've seen it from a few different guys in the NFL. I think the big comparison I had for Espinoza was Russell Wilson in his prime, running, using his legs, using that strong arm that he's got. Shorter stature for Nathaniel Espinoza, but he's been such a highlight for this team, since a year ago. He's one of the best quarterbacks the Panthers have seen in almost forever. He set a record for this school just a year ago.
The transfer from last year making an impact for the Panthers. Owen Tapia will send us off. The Panthers lead 7-0. The Pirates now looking to respond. Here we go with the return. And it looks like Natividad is going to take it. Natividad with a bit of a lane and takes it to the 25-yard line. And that's where the Pirates will get started on their drive. It's going to be Ewing again.
Great return there by Natividad, just getting some extra yards beyond, touchback range there. Good return there. We're going to see Austin Ewing. I think the big expectation here is, figure out how to get through. They've been stopped twice already in this game. Try to figure out a recipe to beat this Panthers defense.
Ewing with Solo Hines in the backfield. 1st and 10, motions a man and gives it to Hines. Hines putting a good move on, and it's going to be for a short gain of about 4 yards. Making it now 2nd and 6.
Austin Ewing knows how to use his legs as well, so we might see him scramble around the pocket a little bit. He has mobility in himself, and he's got a great deal of knowledge, getting that from the Subdivision I school, Southern Utah. The transfer from where he's from, so we might see that come work here, but looks like they're sticking to Hines so far in the run game.
Bit of a hard count snap. As Ewing's wanted to see if there was any change. Quick throw now, and successful to the right side for a 1st down to Liggett. Liggett will take it to the 42-yard line.
We've seen that a few times. Curl out here to Liggett after a run, just trying to get a good drive going here. This is the type of offense Rod Sandberg likes to run. Panthers are looking like they're trying to figure out, what to do in this open space.
And Austin Ewing now 2 for 4 on the game with 25 yards passing. You have to wonder if they're going to go to that passing game a little bit more now, being down 7-0 early in this one. Handoff, play action, gives it to his receiver, and he can't really get too many yards. That looked to be Solo Hines. Try to put a quick move on, but won't get too far run after the catch. And it will get the ball to the 48-yard line.
You see the release on that throw by Ewing there? Pretty fast, my gosh, over to Hines out there in open space, but Panthers snuffing that one out pretty well.
Now working a little bit more of a bunch set for the Pirates. 2nd and 5. Ewing, play action, looking deep, and it looks like there's a flag down, but Ewing has a wide open receiver, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Pirates. Barring the flag for Liggett. Right now, a deep catch down the field. There's a flag on the field as well. And what is the call?
Holding, offense number 56.
And this will be called back. So the long touchdown by Liggett to no avail.
Yeah, it was the left tackle, number 56, Kiefer Furness, trying to protect his guy, block in the back and got called for a hold. This was a wide open pass over to Lakeman into the end zone, but you see him put his hands on the head. He's like, how can this happen? And sends him right back. The Pirates shooting
Tough job
themselves.
of receiver after catching a long pass, has to move back. Has to do that little walk of shame back to the line of scrimmage. Now working with a 2nd and long for Ewing. Hard count for Ewing. Takes a snap. Try to get a quick deliver slant. A little too high for his receiver. And that was Johnson, the intended receiver. Making it now 3rd and long for the Pirates.
Transfer from Simon Fraser University. This ball was just way over his head. He might have had a lot of open space to make that 1st down, but now we're here in the goal down territory, 3rd down. They're behind 10 yards. They've got a long way to go.
3rd and long for Ewing. His toughest task yet, being down 7-0 on a 3rd and long. Ewing takes the snap, has a lot of time in the pocket, throw over the middle, cut! And that's going to be close to the 1st down marker. And they're going to check. And it looks like Natividad gets the 1st down.
So far we've seen Natividad, we've seen Lakeman. We haven't seen Dylan Cook, who had 3 touchdowns a week ago against Eastern Oregon. But this is a great job there by Austin Ewing to stay in the pocket. His protection looked great in the pocket, and he's able to stay in there, find his man downfield, and they reset the chains for a 1st down.
A good throw by Austin Ewing in that moment. Pressure situation keeps the drive alive for the Pirates. Natividad so far making a huge impact. Play action, they're gonna stick with the passing game. Quick throw over the middle, caught! Receiver on the run, breaks a couple tackles, gets down to the 26-yard line, and throws up the first down. What a play by Fields. Isaac Fields over the middle, quick throw by Ewing for a large gain.
Yeah, this is a great play by Fields, number 5 here, getting up there. Looked like George Kittle run down the field there. You see him over the nose, point for the first down. Good play.
Ewing working in rhythm now. Panthers looking to get a negative play going here. Ewing with a lot of time. Wide open receiver. Touchdown, Pirates. This game has just gotten interesting. Austin Ewing leading the drive, getting it to Liggett. And just like that, the extra point could tie this game.
What a great response from the Pirates here. Chapman threw a linebacker into blitz down the field. Man got in front of him. You got to be deeper than the deepest defender and finds Liggett for the touchdown. Austin Ewing looking at him the entire time. Great breakaway to get ahead of the defender.
And we were saying sooner or later for Liggett, one of the key players of this game, and has had a lot of attempts to get a touchdown, one that was called back. But this one is not, and this game is tied at 7-all.
Well, we talked about it. This is going to be a close game. That was the expectation. Whitworth saw that Chapman scored a touchdown. They said, let's give it right back, and sent it right back in the mail. Now we're tied 7 even here at Wilson Field.
So now for the Chapman Panthers, you have 11 minutes left on the clock. Still a lot of time left in this quarter. Do you respond with the rushing game, or do you try to make Espinoza work a little bit more on the passing game, especially how that's been working with Amir Thompson as well?
Well, I think we've seen some things work pretty well. We've seen some things work not so much in terms of the run game, but Nathaniel Espinoza, he's been giving them different looks. You know, that you talk about the improvisation factor that he brings for this offense. So I think for sure they're going to let Nathaniel Espinoza throw more for sure, but if he needs to run out there, he totally can.
Nathaniel Espinoza right now in the current moment, 7 for 11 passing with 111 yards total. And that equals a QBR of 148.4. Can't get much better than that.
Oh, I mean, can't get much better than that. Look at the crowd here we've got at Wilson Field. There's a ton of fans here today.
And here we go for the kickoff. And again, receiving Isaiah Woods and Gio Orsino are back to return the kick. We are tied. Here we go. Panthers chance to respond as it goes to Woods. Straight shot to him as well. Woods with a little bit of line of blockers trying to fight through and gets to about the 26-yard line. He'll go down there. Had to be a bit of a scuffle there at midfield for a brief second, but the teammates break it up.
Some chirpiness from both sides here. You know, one team coming up from north, one team, you know, obviously local here with Chapman University. So, you know, you might see some chirpiness down here because both of these teams are very, very good in their respective
Trying
conferences.
to develop a north versus south rivalry as we get that going. Nathaniel Espinoza taking the field again as he led the Panthers on a touchdown drive just last time when they got it actually at the Pirates' own 40. This time now working out of their own territory. Orsino, we've been seeing a lot of him. This time he will get the catch. Orsino with a little bit of room to the outside. Orsino is going to get a solid gain. It looks to be of about 6 yards.
It's a good gain there for Gio Orsino running to the outside. Get a good start here to this drive. Trying to respond after scoring on the last drive. And they come back in here tied, trying to stay ahead of the Pirates here in this game.
As Espinoza gets his play. Adjusted receivers on both sides. And Amir Thompson's going in motion now. Someone to look out for. Roll out. Throwing it deep. Wide open and a catch for a first down. It can't get a little bit more, but he will get the catch for a huge gain for the Panthers. That is Legman. Look to be on the corner route there.
Yeah, they put Amir Adams in motion. Nobody's taking a look at Legman on this play. He's out there in the slot, runs behind the defense. They had 3 linebackers bunched up in that formation, and they totally forgot about Legman except for number 22 there. Great play downfield.
And Nathaniel Espinoza continuing his fantastic passing afternoon so far. 9 of 13 passing, And 117 yards now. That has Legman now with 4 receptions for 34 yards. He's the second leading receiver right now in this game. First one, of course, Amir Adams, as we've been seeing early in this one. Handoff. It's going to be a little read option. Espinoza smartly slides down after a solid gain.
Another little design run here for Espinoza. Fakes the handoff to the running back, runs to the right side, trying to gain some easy yardage, slides down there. The tackler for Whitworth jumps over Nathaniel Espinoza to avoid a penalty.
And it looks like we have a bit of a sub out. Crowell will come in, working back again out of the wide spot.
It's been a big question between this receiving core for Panthers. You know, you lost Wyatt Harden, Spencer Corona, John Krall, so they're looking for that connection with these new guys.
Espinoza, snap here is going to be stopped, and it looks to be a false start call.
False start. Offense. Number 63. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And that is Parker Whitham with the false start, the right tackle.
Fast little jump there by the lineman. Lost his little touch there. Got to make sure you're looking at the ball at all times. This will back him up.
Apologies. We have 9 minutes and 30 seconds now left in the second half. Couple sub-ins here. Looks like for a second they're going in a 2 tight end set.
We've got Joey Omar and Nate Krautwald on the right side of this formation.
So a bit more of a heavy set for the Panthers. Espinoza now on a 2nd and long. It's play action. Espinoza looking to go deep. Amir Adams is there. He gets him for the touchdown. A quick strike back, and Amir Adams is red hot.
What a pass there by Nathaniel Espinoza. They run with the heavy package with the 2 tight ends on the right, and they've totally forgot about Amir Adams, and he's wide open for a touchdown.
Amir Adams, what a game so far. Now over 100 yards receiving with that touchdown. A deep strike from Espinoza.
Yeah, you see how the play action pass works every single time. That's the kind of magic that this Panthers offense always throws out there. Kick is good by Ken Byer on the extra point. But, I mean, you're talking about there's so many weapons on this team, it's hard to keep track of every single one of them. You got Ursino, you've got Woods, you got Espinoza to account for. Now you've got these receivers to account for, Amir Adams and Legman. It's so tough to figure out a matchup between all these guys when you're running all these formations. That's the theme of this Panthers offense. It's a disguised kind of offensive look.
And we are now in the making of a shootout here, as now we've had 3 drives in a row for each team, all resulting in touchdowns. That one for the Panthers, though, 4 plays for 74 yards. So a quick drive indeed and a quick strike back as the Panthers take a 14-0 lead.
Well, they move quickly down the field. They're trying to strike early on and early fast to keep ahead of this team, not giving their defense a lot of time to rest, but why not? If you're scoring touchdowns on every single drive going that fast and your defense is doing a good job, why not?
Why not indeed? Owen Tapia will be the one to kick off for the Panthers as he sets the ball up.
How about John Legman already eclipsing 100 yards on the day so far? He's been the standout here today. You know, we talked about the receivers that graduated last year, the record breakers for this team, first team all SCIAC, and those 3 receivers. The biggest question was, were they going to find, you know, these guys? You know, were they going to build a connection with Nathaniel Espinoza?
It's Legman at 64 yards receiving to Amir Adams 100. And a little bit of room here for the Pirates as he's going to take it to the 30 and about to the 33-yard line. Solid return there.
I'd say they found their connection pretty well with the receivers here. Good return there by the Whitworth returner on that
Solo
play.
Hines actually was the one who returned that one. A little bit of a surprise as, you know, most of the time it's Jarvis Natividad who we've seen return it. So the Pirates kind of switching up who they have there returning in the back. Does that play an effect sometimes too in the special teams play?
Well, especially on special teams, you know, you give a team a different look. You know, especially if you have a guy that's super dangerous as a returner and the other defense recognizes that, you give it to a different guy and who may be as dangerous as well. Why not?
Ewing with the handoff and for a short gain. Look to get it to Saldago, who is the leading rusher for the Pirates with 32 yards rushing.
But yeah, if you're disguising that returner pretty well and you throw the other main returner back out there, and you know they're expecting the other guy, why not?
As they're getting the play from the sidelines. You can see something interesting here about the Pirates is they do not huddle up too much. They get their play from the sidelines and immediately set up in their formation. Here's Ewing.
Little bunch formation here.
Second and long. Play action. Throwing it deep and short. He actually had a man beat.
Yeah, I had a man there going up the sideline on the left side at the top of your screen. Ewing kind of using a sidearm motion there, but underthrown to his receiver, missed his guy.
As now we see the main man, Liggett, subbing back in for the Pirates on this key third down. Here we go. 3rd and 7 for the Pirates. Ewing draws back, fires a quick out route, and that's going to go for a first down and a little bit of more for the Pirates. Getting past the 50-yard line.
Ewing's pass completed to Cameron Cheely.
And that was Caleb who was able to make that catch. Receiver we don't see who's listed too much or gets too much love for the Pirates, making a key 3rd down catch there.
Just trying to get some quick outs here to their receivers, move the ball down the field, start some tempo here. That might be what we might see here coming close. You know, under 8 minutes to go in this first half, try to run some tempo.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Ewing rolls out. It's just going to do a short little toss with a little bit of room to Solo Hines, and Solo Hines will get past the first down, and a little bit more, in fact.
Looked like a bootleg there for the Whitworth Pirates. Ewing rolling out, couldn't find anybody downfield, threw it down to his check man, Solo Hines on that play, just get some easy yardage back, and they moved the chains pretty well in this play.
Ewing working in perfection for the rollout, as you can see there, just dump off quickly to Hines, and lets Hines do the rest with the blocking. Here we go, 1st and 10, now working from inside the 40. And Ewing will give it to Hines. Hines gonna get another carry. Hines moving forward for a gain of about 9 and a good first down run there.
Here's an interesting stat line for the Panthers. You know, they scored first in this half, you know, so far. Scoring first, they're 101 and 36. So when they score first, they're in pretty good position to win games.
And now, as we have a setup here, looks like Ewing getting the play from the sidelines. Something worth mentioning, a little bit of a matchup there on the right side. It's going to be Cooper Attlers going up against Liggett, the top receiver for the Pirates. Play action. It's going to be a dump off that is going to be incomplete, a little over the head of the intended target. That was to Isaac Fields, who had a big catch earlier in the drive for the Pirates last time.
Well, they send the receivers down deep. They let Fields go, you know, horizontal down your screen. Ewing throws this ball. We've seen that quite a few times. I'm not sure if it's the nerves or whatnot, but he's been overthrowing some of the underneath routes a lot so far in this game.
3rd and short, huge play here. Ewing. Crowd's getting loud too. Ewing's gonna take the snap, throw it to Liggett. Liggett can't get it. Incomplete, short.
Little back shoulder pass there from Ewing with his receiver one-on-one. Give your guy a chance to get the ball. This ball thrown a little under, not able to get it to his receiver Liggett, who had a touchdown earlier in this game.
And you have to imagine on a 4th and short, the Pirates are gonna go for it. Crowd getting on their feet. Panthers getting hyped. As it looks like Ewing right now might be taking this from under center. Talking to the ref. Sets up. Has the looks of a QB sneak, and do they get it? Do they get it? This is gonna be a little interesting here. They may have to check the positioning. Ewing did not look like he got a good get off on that QB sneak.
No, just little rugby there, QB sneak, push the pile. You're 4th and inches to the line to gain, trying to get that yardage and reset the down so you can go for a red zone, play here.
Out for a measurement.
And it's going to be a measurement. So the drama will continue as we have to wait till the officials bring out the tape here and the rope.
We don't have the luxury of using, a sideline cam to see, where the ball specifically were, when that play happened. But, sticks, one of the time-honored traditions of football for a measurement.
As the ref is setting it up. And the chain will come out for both sides.
What do you think? Do you think you'll be able to put an index card between the sticks and the ball?
I have to say, I think that might have been a lost art after the first time it was used.
Absolutely.
As it looks like he pulls the measurement. Oh, and this is going to be close, but it's going to be a first down for the Pirates, and the drive continues.
Oh, by inches, just inches. The ball, the nose of the ball in front of the sticks there gives the Pirates the benefit of the doubt, gets them a first down, and now they're in close to red zone territory here.
And the Pirates taking advantage of, it looks like the setup for the Panthers. They're trying to get lined up quickly, and they do. Again, worth mentioning, Liggett now working off of the left side, going up against Holbrook for the Panthers. Handoff here. And to no gain for Saldago. Great stop by Alex Tariquez.
Salgado on the carry, brought down by Alex Tariquez.
And that was Alex who was able to make the stop, the middle linebacker for the Panthers.
For no gain.
And it looks like Ewing right now, as we expect, trying to get the play from their side. And again, we always have to keep an eye on Liggett, the tall receiver for the Pirates, working on the outside. Now this time going up against, looks to be Adler's. Here it is, handoff, and wide open room, down up the middle, and into the goal line they go.
Number 91.
Saldago with the run.
Yeah, the Whitworth Pirates open a huge hole down the middle for Salgado to run through, and he attacks it immediately. The front seven got knocked down pretty well on that play. You got to be a little tougher to try to stop this Whitworth run. They've been effective so far running up the middle in this game.
And it took the effort of Cade Jordan to make that stop. Now we go to first and goal for the Pirates, looking to tie this game. Ewing working out of the pistol formation with Saldago right behind him. Saldago, the leading rusher, with 51 total yards gained, and it looks like it's going to be another timeout for the Looks like the Pirates, my apologies.
This is one of the biggest things that the Chapman Panthers had
Timeout.
issues with a
Whitworth.
year ago.
Second charge, timeout.
You see, talk about this rushing, like on that last play, they let him go pretty freely on that. They've been having some issues with the rush defense so far. A year ago, we're seeing it here again. They're averaging 7.2 yards per rush so far, so the Panthers have got to figure out how to get through the line there and meet them at the point of attack.
I have to say now, looking at the crowd too, it has become a filled out crowd for the Panthers' first game of the season.
How about that? I mean, we got homecoming coming up here next week. We might even see a bigger crowd, but this might be one of the biggest we've seen here at Wilson Field.
Both the fans of Whitworth and the Panthers waiting in anticipation.
Whitworth travels pretty well, and on the other side you see the Keck Center. They got a pretty big crowd over there. We've also got Whitworth Radio broadcasting over here as well to my left.
And here we go, 4 minutes and 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Panthers lead 14-7, but the Pirates now first and goal inside the 10. Ewing, hard count, takes the snap, gets it to Saldago, and he is going to go down for a huge loss. That was Cade Jordan.
Well, we recognize him. You saw the hair fly on that play as he met him in the backfield, getting a loss on that play. Great job by Cade Jordan. We talked about the Panthers looking for a chance to stop the run here. He just dives right through the line and finds Salgado trying to bounce to the right side.
Cade Jordan fighting off of the block that seemed to actually come from Fields, the tight end. This now makes it second and goal from outside the 10-yard line. Tough situation for the Pirates. Ewing moving around in the pocket. This is going to be a sack! A huge one indeed! What a play by Sheets. And this crowd is getting hyped. The ball now being placed way past the 20.
How about that? You know, issues for Ewing. He's running out trying to find a man downfield, and he gets sacked. How about that? A big play and a good stop by the Panthers defense on that play.
Now something you don't see often. 3rd and goal from outside the 20. As it looks like the Pirates here are in a little bit of a desperate time. Pressure on, there's a flag down. Ewing still buying time, getting to the outside. Ewing to the end zone. Incomplete. And there is a flag down to look out for as well. Looks to be at the line of scrimmage.
Possible hold call here. Ewing dancing around like he's Patrick Mahomes. Trying to find a man downfield, waited a little too long. Good coverage from the Panthers in the end zone to block that away.
Offsides. Defense, number 10. 5-yard penalty.
And a huge call there. It's going to be an offsides, giving the Pirates another chance at 3rd down. This time they'll take it from the 17-yard line.
That was number 10, Julian Aldridge, called on that offsides penalty. That's a tough one. Gives the Pirates another chance to.
As the Panthers will call a timeout.
Gives the Pirates another shot to try to go towards the end zone here on 3rd down. Not sure if this is go for it territory for them if they aren't able to make it and they get to 4th down. Big anticipation coming here.
Big anticipation indeed. Again, a situation you don't usually see, a 3rd and goal from the 17-yard line. And you have to wonder how the Pirates are going to handle this situation. There's still 3 minutes left in this quarter, which means there's also time for the Panthers to respond in case the Pirates end up scoring on this drive, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown. So you have to wonder if it's going to be enough time for Nathaniel Espinosa right now, who has a QBR of 158.6, which is the highest you can go. 10 of 14 passing with a touchdown and 186 yards total.
Well, you see the stats are pretty evened out here between these two teams. They're spreading it out pretty well. You know, you see the rush attempts, 11 for Whitworth, 13 for Chapman. First downs, both of them have 10 each. We've seen both of these offenses throw back and forth with each other. This is the evened out, setup that we've seen and expected in this game.
Here's Ewing on a 3rd and goal from the 17. 4 receivers out. Ewing takes the snap, working in the pocket well, throwing it deep over the middle. Oh, and it's tipped up and incomplete. What a stop by that defense. That appeared to be Andrade from the safety spot, making the stop there.
What
Adam Andrade. And we do have an injured player on the field. So it will be an injury timeout as we have the replay.
You see Austin Ewing, low snap, looking for somebody down the field, but it's just great coverage from the Panthers defense. 3 guys there knocking the ball out of his hands. Adam Andrade knocking that free.
As we try to get a view of who is the player down, as the training staff comes out to help him. Panthers, in a show of respect, do take a knee, hoping that their teammate and their brother is okay.
You hate to see it. You see them kneeling down on the floor, looking for their man. That's Isaiah Munoz that's on the ground there. Looks like
Munoz
he's able.
is going to jog off of the field, thankfully.
Yeah, that's a great sign for the Panthers. Isaiah Munoz is a big part of this defense. Defensive tackle, 6'4", 250 pounds, sophomore, one of the younger players on this team. Had a little limp there, but hopefully he's okay. I'm sure we'll check on him a little bit later.
And it's going to be Ken Barrel who's going to try to kick this one in.
Sorry, Eidenbone.
From the 17-yard line, the kick is up, and it's good. We are now at 14-10 with the Panthers leading, still with 3 minutes left in this second quarter.
Well, a good stop there. Panthers had a setback on the defensive side with the offsides call. And then the Pirates tried to respond after that to try to get a touchdown, and it was blocked away by Andrade. And then they just get the field goal, so we're at 14-10 here. Still a very close game as we get to 3 minutes in this first half.
As we have the ball boy right there who's able to Had a nice little hairstyle going for him.
Look at the mullet. That's my MVP right there. Look at that man doing his job.
The true MVPs that are never shown. One right there, the ball boy.
Look at the way he handles the ball. You gotta have a lot of experience, expertise in being the ball boy. That's our man right there.
So now with 3 minutes left, how do you approach this offense?
Well, you're looking for a chance. Why not go for a clean score? Whitworth will get the ball to start the second half. So Panthers maybe trying to keep their reach out of Whitworth's hands and maybe try to go for another score here. They got 3 minutes to go down here, so maybe a little 3-minute, 2-minute drill type of situation here for the Panthers.
It's going to be Iden Bone who will kick this off for the Pirates. Down by 4. And the Chapman Panthers looking to put another score on the board right here before the half ends. And as expected, Isaiah Woods and Gio Ursino are back to receive the kick. The kick is up. It's going to be a straight shot to Ursino this time. Gio Ursino going to get a kick return for the first time. Ursino trying to bounce out. He does! Ursino with the lane, and there's a flag down. Ursino still going past midfield. You have to wonder what the flag is, though.
Possible block in the back there, but a good return by Ursino nonetheless to be able to stand up in there. We lost him for a second in the smoke and haze that was happening down there, and then he came out of nowhere and was still on his feet running down the sideline.
As we wait in anticipation for the call.
Holding on return, number 1, 10-yard penalty, first down Chapman.
And it's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It was a holding call on the Panthers.
You see a good catch here. 3 defenders in front, 3 blockers in front of Ursino. Lost him for a second, then he pops out of nowhere, goes to the right. There's the flag there on the hold. Maybe a loss of disengage there. You know, if you lose a guy like that and he pops out of nowhere, you're gonna lose track of what's going on in that situation.
Daniel Espinoza coming out, Amir Adams as well. That dynamic duo has been working great. Can they do so now in under 3 minutes left in this second quarter?
This is a big situation. We haven't called Joey Omar's name a whole lot today, but they're still using the weapons to their advantage. A plethora of ways to use it.
And a timeout for the Panthers.
Timeout.
Bit of confusion there.
Second charge. Timeout.
Maybe trying to reset, find the game plan, maybe figure out what they're going to exactly do on this drive. Strategy time here for the Panthers.
Strategy time indeed. You have to wonder how they're going to approach this drive with 2:48 left. Again, a big weapon that they've been using is Amir Adams with 5 receptions, 116 yards, and a touchdown. After that, it's Legman with 4 receptions for 64 yards. Those have been the only 2 receivers who have caught passes, too, for the Panthers.
Yeah, we thought James Crowell would be the other guy as well for the Panthers offense. He had some play time last year with Nathaniel Espinoza, but it seems like he's going with his other guys, you know, Adams and you know, all of his other weapons out there, obviously. So interesting way how things are going here, but why not give some versatility?
Espinoza comes out. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left, as we've mentioned before. Espinoza on first down. Sends a man in motion. And it's going to be a run, actually, to Gio Ursino. Ursino can't find a lane. He's going to be stuffed immediately. He's going to go for a gain of possibly about 1, making it 2nd and 9.
Trying to chew at some clock here. I don't think they want Whitworth to get this ball to try to get some more points on the board before, you know, halftime here. They will get the ball in the second half to start, so you don't want them to take advantage of the lead that the Panthers have got right now.
Espinoza comes out again for 2nd and 9. Clock is ticking now. It'll get to under 2 minutes after this play. Here is a quick dump-off throw to Legman. Legman is going to be tripped up immediately. It's going to make it 3rd and about 4.
Another quick out here. RPO type of play over to Legman. Trying to bounce out of the reach of 2 defenders, but not able before he's tripped up for a small gain. 3rd down here. Panthers need to try to get a first down.
Panthers seem to be content with letting the clock run a little bit too, as we are now going to be under 1:30 by the time this play is called. As they have the looks of it, looks like they're going to call a timeout. No, they are not. They're going to try to run the play here with 7 seconds left on the play clock. They got to hurry. Espinoza takes a snap right before it ends. Gets it for the first down. It looks like based on the marker, that was to Legman.
Good job by Legman to secure the ball. Give it a little reach there to go beyond the chains. It looks like they're trying to figure out the spot right now. Are we getting another measurement possibly?
First down is the call. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 15 seconds and starting on my signal, 1:15.
Adding 5 more seconds to the game clock.
It's a Panther first down.
All right, well, you get the first down here now with about 1 minute and 12 seconds to go. 2-minute drill here for the Panthers.
Here it is, Espinoza. Quick dump off there. It's going to be dropped. An incomplete pass. Stopping the clock at 1 minute and 2 seconds now.
Out in front of the hands of Woods, not able to secure that ball just in time. Juggled a bit, fell in front of him, incomplete pass.
Still behind midfield with 1:02 left. The Chapman Panthers looking to get a last-minute score on the board. Taking his time as the play clock runs down. Espinoza. 2nd and 10. Play action rollout here. He's been doing great with that so far. He's going to throw that one out of bounds. Just a little throwaway. Stopping the clock now with 55 seconds left.
Man coverage here for the Pirates, covering all sides of the field. Espinoza running out with another bootleg type of play. Nobody downfield, just throws this one simply out of the reach of any Pirates.
So we now prepare for 3rd and 10. 55 seconds left on this clock. Do you just try to run out the clock here in this moment?
They could. I mean, they're very close to midfield here. If they're not able to get the first down, I think they definitely would allow the clock to run a little bit. So expect some type of run play or quick out.
Espinoza is going to try to pass it here. Steps up in the pocket, still got a lot of time. Espinoza moving out. Espinoza showing his mobility and slides down, and a flag is going to come with it. A huge flag there for the Panthers. It's going to move them forward about 15 yards.
Espinoza just dancing around, scrambling out to his left, trying to get the first down yardage, slides down towards the out-of-bounds territory and gets a late hit. That's what this call is going to be, a late hit on Nathaniel Espinoza going out of bounds.
As the refs gather to talk about it.
Probably debating whether it's a personal foul or just simply unnecessary roughness.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run, automatic first down.
15 added to the end of the run, and that's going to move the Panthers up into Pirates territory.
Yeah, you see him scrambling out to the left side, nearly tackled by a Whitworth Pirate, going out of bounds, slides down, and just get hit in the shoulder by a defender there. Hey, you asked me earlier if the Panthers should run out the clock here. Well, now they've got a good opportunity to try to go take some shots in the end zone before we get to halftime with this first down here now.
Espinoza, 45 seconds. Just a quick toss to Woods. Gonna hit out of bounds, and that's gonna be a block in the back, it appears, and that's gonna move the Panthers right back.
That was not a smart decision there by Brad Sweeney, pushing the defensive tackle there in the back. That is illegal at all times, especially with the runner going out to the left side of the field there.
We have a bit of a stoppage. Well, they're going to wave the flag off.
There's no foul for a block in the back.
All right. Well, initially thought so because number 7, JT Munoz, all NWC player for the Pirates, will put his hands up in front of the ref, and the ref drew the flag. But I think they thought otherwise.
Espinoza now dropping back, taking a deep shot to the right side. Oh, incomplete. Incomplete. Led his receiver perfectly. That was to Crowell.
There's the chance for Crowell to try to get a touchdown reception here. They run a 4 vertical play here, trying to get it into the end zone as quick as possible. This is that shot towards the end zone we're talking about by Nathaniel Espinoza. He gets hit on that throw, but this was just really good placement, just out of the reach of Crowell to his right shoulder.
And here's Espinoza on a 3rd down.
Clock stopped after an incomplete pass. 3rd down, trying to look for a 1st down possibly.
Handoff, and it looks like they're just going to try to run clock here.
Receiver on the carry by Dylan Ventress at the 31-yard line. 4th and 5.
Well, it looks like they're trying to run clock here. You think maybe they're going to go for a long field goal attempt possibly, or let the clock go out. 4, 3, 2. They got 1 timeout left, and Owens is going to call it. And here comes Ken Byrell, the man of the hour.
With 2 seconds left, timeout Chapman. 3rd and final timeout.
Well, here we go. I think they're going to send Ken Byrell out here for this kick. His longest field goal in his career is a 34-yard attempt. This may be the longest field goal we see from him ever, actually. Just about 2 seconds here to go. The Panthers are trying to run up the score with a touchdown lead possibly. This ball is placed at the 31-yard line. About the 38. This will be a 48-yard field goal. This will be the longest field goal in Ken Byrell's career if he's able to make this. With 2 seconds left. He had a field goal in that game against Pacific University that didn't count. Here's the longest one from 48 yards out. It is wide right, no good. And here we go, 14-10 at the end of the half. The Panthers are up by a score of 14-10. We will see you pretty soon. We've got looks like we're gonna get an interview here in just a few seconds. But what a series of events it's been out here for the Panthers and the Pirates today. So far, we've seen a really good game. 48-yard field goal, no good. They had a good chance to try to run up the score a little bit.
Yes, and you actually did it. By the way, you did a great job calling the end of that first half there. But it has been a very competitive first half, as it looks like really what you have to mention is kind of by the end of those both drives, both teams ended up getting scoring plays. We now have Angie on the sidelines with an interview with one of the top players of the half.
Guys, it's looking really tight right now. Now, unfortunately, I was supposed to get an interview with Amir Adams, but, you know, they're up in the locker room. They're trying to strategize right now. It's looking super tight, you guys. I mean, 14-10. So I wasn't able to get him, but, you know, there's still hope at the end of the game, you know, and see what Chapman has to say, what their strategies are looking like. You know, they're coming from Pacific up in Orange and I'm sorry, in Oregon, and they're ready to be motivated to come back in the game. So we're going to see where that goes off. We're going to come back from halftime, and we're going to see where that ends up.
Thank you, Angela. And again, we're probably going to get Amir Adams anyways, because right now with the pace he's on, he is our favorite for the MVP of this game. I mean, you have to mention the fact that he has the most receptions, he has the most yards, and of course he's leading the team in touchdowns as well.
Yeah, kind of unexpected that we've seen out here. We talked about the weapons and, you know, the kind of question mark that surrounds the, you know, this new receiving corps for Nathaniel Espinoza, but Amir Adams doing such a great job here today.
As we have the Chapman Panthers cheerleading team making their first appearance of the year as well. And the score at the half is going to be the Chapman Panthers lead, actually 14-10 in this one. And the Panthers will not get the ball first to start the half. It's actually going to be the Pirates who are going to try to answer back being down 4.
Yeah, for sure. You know, with we're getting the ball here, they got a good chance to try to take a lead when they come back here. So we'll talk about it a little bit later.
Putting on quite the show. We want to thank you guys for staying tuned in this first half. As we will be getting those first half highlights for you. A couple good plays to mention, a couple plays I can't wait to go over again as well.
Well, we've seen a lot of deep shots in this game, a lot of really good runs. Here's the one that we saw early in this game with Austin Ewing with a wide open man down the field. That was Liggett on that touchdown pass, free open in space, and Nathaniel Espinoza, we see his arm down there. Really good throw over to his receiver. This is the type of plays we expect from Nathaniel Espinoza with that arm.
That was improvisation from Nathaniel Espinoza working off balance. Now this is the big play of the half to Amir Adams, post over the middle for a big touchdown. That's what gave the Panthers the lead that they have now at 14-10. And again, we've been calling Amir Adams' name a lot. He's been a big play in those wide receiver screens, improvisation. He's been like the key target for Espinoza.
Yeah, we talked about early in the game as well, the Panthers defense not figuring out, that rushing game from Whitworth. They had that 7.4 average per rush. They brought that down to 4.3 average for the rushing game against Whitworth. So they've got to do a better job at figuring out that run a little bit more. And with Austin Ewing, they've been able to put some pressure in his face, get him down with the with the sack and all that. But so far the Panthers on their offensive side have been looking really, really good.
Yes, indeed. And now we will be given a bit of a recap here of the first half. And with that recap, you see the plays that have happened. It's going to help kind of produce what we have. So we have the first half highlights as well, but that's going to be a kind of a show for what we're going to be having here for the second half of play.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll take a look at those first half highlights here. You see Espinoza with the running, with the legs. This is the expectations that we've had for him. Versatility, versatility, versatility. We're going to say it every single time. Austin Ewing with his arm as well. He's been trying to find a lot of open guys, but he's been overthrowing, underpassing a lot. He might be nervous in that pocket a little bit with this rush from the Panthers defense.
As that was the touchdown that we've seen before. Again, though, credit to Austin Ewing. He's had a lot of key third down conversions. One of the first ones had to be mentioned is to the tight end Fields. The other one was to Hines, that catch that you saw behind. Hines was able to make an incredible play there to really kind of keep the drive going for the Pirates, and that led to the touchdown drive that the Pirates did have there.
Well, that's the most important thing is, trying to score on those golden downs. You see this play from, this catch by Amir Adams. This is such a great pass from Nathaniel Espinoza, but that's the type of offense that we expected the entire year, and we were waiting for that since the Pacific University game.
And that's been kind of a show of the first half highlights, but our special friend here, Justin, has a bit of a special thing he wants to tell us about.
Oh yeah, well, Rich Eisen once said, punters are people too. I believe in specialists. As a former specialist myself, I got a chance to catch up with the special team, so just check out that interview, and you'll see that right now. Well, you guys have been together for, what, 3 years? 3 years about?
Yep.
Okay. Some things you guys do off the field together to kind of keep that connection.
Say, as far as football, we've been working all summer. Just snap, hold, kick, snap, punt, just working that operation. But I would say off the field, we do things like we go to dinner together, we always eat together, always hang out with each other in our free time, and it's just pretty cool being so close with these guys.
What's the biggest thing that keeps you guys, going?
I think knowing where to coach each other, especially for us too, we know how to coach each other more so than I guess maybe some of the coaches on the team or some of our teammates, and we can also help Adam just if he's in his head during a game or during practice. I think that really keeps us together pretty well.
Now, is there one guy on the team besides the three of you that's always shown out for you guys, always gave you a ton of support on the field?
Weirdly enough, as much as they hate to admit it, the D-line loves us. Evan Grieve, Jonathan Sheets, Cardigan, they all love us. They all hate the life we live. It's, we're in the locker room not having meetings or just
chilling on the sideline as they're working like dogs out there.
You are now Chapman's all-time leading scorer.
Yep.
I think you broke that last year. How does that, attest to, the hard work that you put in?
I think it's a nice achievement to have. I'm always just striving to be better. The next kind of record that I've set my eyes on are the all-time leading score, or like all-time leading points by just any position, not just kicking. So I kind of just moved on to that too.
All right, Owen. Preseason, first team All-American. How does that feel, to be named one of the best kickers in Division II football?
Yeah, when I first found out, they don't really tell you when you get these things. So I'm out kicking, and I get in my car and I check Instagram, all of a sudden I have all these likes and stuff. And I see the post, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. In my own opinion, I don't know how I feel about it because it's a preseason thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Ask me after the season. Yeah, fair enough.
What's the future career?
Oh man, you'd think it'd be healthcare, but I want to coach football.
Okay.
I want to coach college football after. I'm pretty local. I'm from Irvine, obviously. So, my old coaches hit me up, asked if I could come back and help out for a little bit, and I ended up really loving it. Working with the receivers when we had 4 or 5 coaches at the time, so really loved it, and then want to pursue it in the future.
All right, well, thank you all.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Appreciate your time, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Of course, no problem. Well, thank you, Adam.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your time, man. For real. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
Punters are people too. Justin, thank you for showing up and really kind of helping shed a light to, a position that's not really shown much in football.
Well, yeah, as a former specialist myself, I had to give a little love to these guys. They've been here for so long, and this is their final year as a unit together. We're not going to get a chance to see some of the best, specialists in Division III, ever again in Chapman history.
And we'll be seeing a lot more of Owen Tapia in the second half of football. We'll get back to you guys after the halftime, and we cannot wait. 14-10 right now, the Panthers lead over the Pirates. Will we get back to you guys for the start of the second half?
Showing no mercy when facing my rivals. Snakes in the grass, they getting exposed. I know they be lurking, I'm watching them close. Acting like friends, but really they foes. Thought they be scheming and said adios. Yeah, I gotta get it. By any means. I gotta get it. I gotta get it, the mindset. Hey, back with a vengeance, back on the grinds, back to the business. Hey, God is my witness, they watching my moves like shows they binging. Hey, best keep distance, all of my haters send best of wishes. I get to the bag with the quickness, no I don't need no assistance, no. Yeah, no playing it safe, I said let's get it, you say not today. What can I say, if you ain't gon' go for it, get out the way. Yeah, got no time to waste, can't be with me if you not at my pace. You not at my level, you not in my race. One foot on the gas, I'm pushing the brakes. Dancing with the devil, there's no recital. I'm killing competition, ain't no revival. I shoot it to kill it, I'm aiming for vitals. I'm showing no mercy when facing my rivals. Snakes in the grass, they getting exposed. I know they be lurking, I'm watching them close. Acting like friends, but really they foes. Thought they be scheming and said adios. Yeah, I gotta get it. By any means. I gotta get it, the mindset. I gotta get it, the mindset. I gotta get it, the mindset.
Shots still missed us. I would never give up. Adrenaline coursing through your body. And you are calling the shots. Feel the power as you control the game's narrative. From commentator to camera virtuoso, replay wizard to unyielding director. There is no better experience than being in the moment. Challenge your limits and embrace the electrifying rush that comes with the crowd's roar. You never know the epic plays you will capture and the masterpiece you could make. You could be an amateur learning on the fly or a pro wanting to expand your skills. You will always fit in. And what better place to broadcast your skills than in sports? Never knowing what is coming next and always coming across something new. Join the Chapman Sports Broadcasting Network and experience the thrill of life.
are back from the second half. We're about a minute away from kickoff getting started here. Now, so we want to talk about some key things that did happen in the first half. First of all, Justin, you want to start us off with what was like one of the big ones was time of possession.
Well, yeah, the Chapman Panthers have been slightly dominating on time of possession. They've held the ball for 17 minutes, whereas Whitworth has held the ball for about 14 minutes. So Panthers kind of dominating the possession time so far. You know, give their teams, their defense a little bit of rest, give them some open time to kind of reset and keep the Whitworth Pirates at bay. But Whitworth got to figure out how to hold on to the ball just a little longer.
Yes, and definitely that time of possession came a lot from the Panthers in that first quarter, when the Nathaniel Espinoza had 2 long drives. They didn't result in any points, but they did take up a lot of time off of the clock. Something else worth mentioning is third down efficiency right now in favor of the Panthers, where the Panthers are 50% on third down, whereas Whitworth is 2 for 5. So
yeah, I mean, you talk about the golden down, that's where your effectiveness comes into play in a game. If you want to win games, you have to be effective on getting it, first downs off of third down plays, and fourth down efficiency as well. That's the name of the game. You got to be able to convert and get first downs to be able to win games.
It's certainly important in this moment to do so. As remember, the Pirates did decline the kick in the first half, so the Chapman Panthers will be the ones to kick off in the second half.
Well, let's talk about a little bit, the matchup between these two teams over the years. Whitworth actually has the advantage, 7-4. The last matchup they had, the Panthers actually outlasted them in 2019. So the Panthers are looking to keep this streak alive against the Whitworth Pirates and even out that record against this team.
And it looks like kicking off is the man himself that you, in fact, interviewed. Owen Tapia will kick off for the Panthers to start this second half.
Some people might mistake him as a linebacker or tight end. You see his, stature, about 6'3", 6'4". He told me in an interview, in that full interview, that a lot of people mistaken him for a different position.
I have to say he has fantastic hair as well. This kick is going to go right back into the end zone, and it will be surprisingly taken out. And not a smart decision there, as he will be tackled at about the 11-yard line. It looks like a flag as well. You have to wonder if that's going to be on the Pirates in addition. If it is, that's going to be pretty tough start.
Great stuff from the coverage team for the Panthers. I don't know. I'm not really sure what the decision was to run that ball out. You only got about 10 yards on that return.
Natividad was the one who brought that out of the end zone, only getting a net gain of 11 yards.
Block in the back, number 19, receiving team. Those fouls offset, will re-kick.
Offsetting penalties, and we will try this one more time.
All right, well, let's go back in time. Going to the start of the second half. Here's another re-kick. Encroachment. The deal with the encroachment rule for kickoff is that you cannot be farther than the kicker himself who's kicking off. I guess one of the Chapman Panthers players jumped a little too far in front of Owen Tapia. So they're going to do a re-kick here after the offsetting penalties.
Owen Tapia again setting up for the kickoff. I have to say, this feels a lot like deja vu, Justin, like this just happened or something.
Are you sure? I think that happened just earlier. I'm not sure. Well, yeah, let's talk about Owen Tapia a little bit. Some people mistaken him for a different position. Some people think he's a linebacker or a tight end. 215 pounds, all 6'4" of this man.
And here we go. Let's try this one more time. Here we go with the second half. Tapia setting this one way back and waving it off this time smartly, so it does work out in the favor of the Pirates. As instead of starting off at the 11-yard line, they will start at the 20.
I guess you can pretend that first kickoff was kind of like a practice run. This time he doesn't take it out of the end zone, just lets that go over his head. Slightly better decision because this ball is going to be placed at the 25-yard line for the Pirates, and we'll get to see Austin Ewing coming back out here at the quarterback position. Looks like it's time for them to start getting things going pretty fast.
Now Ewing, actually not a bad stat line, 9 of 16 passing and 124 yards with a touchdown. Just needs to work on the efficiency on those third downs.
We got to get some chances for these receivers.
And this is a handoff to the leading back, Saldago. Saldago continuing where he left off. for a gain of about 15 on that first run.
Headley and Cade Jordan had a chance to tackle him just before he got out into open space, but they tripped over both of each other. And Salgado was able to get free for a big gain and get the first down on this play. You take a look, he had two linebackers coming right at him, and he just jumps over them.
And that's a good gain to start off this half. Ewing, bit of a disguise. And they like what they see. They're going to stick with the play. It's about 5 rushers, a blitz right up the middle, and a good smackdown by Cade Jordan. Working off of the outside.
This tackle by Cade Jordan comes back on this play, slaps the ball down in front of Ewing. Good stop there. Also had Hunter Headley in the backfield, so the Panthers are coming with a little more pressure to start off this second half.
As you can see, Ewing had to improvise a little bit, try to get it out to Saldago, but could not in time.
Great awareness by Cade Jordan to see that ball. You see his hips were turned to go towards the backers.
Here's Ewing. He's going to throw another out route, and it will be complete for a first down. That is Liggett again. Liggett now the lead, of course, actually the leading receiver from that first half, but now the leader in receptions as well.
Yeah, a little out route here. Zone coverage, throw the ball into the open gap between the different defenders for the Panthers. Good spot there, gets a first down. Great job by Ewing to throw that in a good spot.
Austin Ewing now with a great QBR of 142. As the Pirates are driving down the field. This time it's a play action. Ewing rolling out. A little bit of pressure in his face, and he cannot get the throw to his receiver. Just a little short.
How about Cade Jordan putting more pressure here? This is the third time we've called his name already in this to start off this second half. He's chasing Ewing down, and Ewing sees him with big eyes. He says, oh my goodness. Throws the ball out, underthrown, misses his receiver.
Cade Jordan right now being a fear-monger on the field. Working from that outside end, pressures, sacks, stops. He's doing it all. We have Austin Ewing working again out of the gun on a 2nd and 10. Sets up another out route to Liggett. Complete Liggett fights, and it looks like he'll be just short of that first down. It will make it a 3rd and 1. Again, we've talked about this team being a 3rd down team. They need to get those conversions. 2 for 5 so far in this game. Looking to make it 3 for 6.
Well, that was just a good game on that good gain on that last play, given over to Liggett. The same play with the out route between the defenders on zone coverage.
Fake snap. This time he'll get it. And right up the middle, Saldago goes for the first down. And the Pirates keep their drive alive.
Somebody lost their helmet on that play. Looks like Taylor Wells, the tight end for the Whitworth team, has to come off the field for one play after the helmet comes off, obviously for player safety.
And that run by Saldago went for a first down. Now the Pirates working inside the Panthers 40 on a 1st and 10. Here's Ewing with the snap. Roll out. He's been very successful with this so far. Sets up, fires, gets it just over the defender and a little bit of room to work, but his knee is down. Ewing with a good throw, fitting it right over the top.
This is a great
look to be Cameron Jordan.
This is a great read by Ewing as he's running out to the right side looking for a receiver downfield. Maybe a little late pass, throws it over the head of Seth Holbrook to his open receiver for a big gain. They've been converting on these 3rd down, plays so far. So great job by Ewing to see his receiver down there. A little bit of a late look towards him.
Ewing with a great play, now 12 of 21 passing. He's working now on 1st down inside the 15-yard line. This one's going to be to Saldago, who's going to be stopped for a gain of 2. And Saldago, we've been seeing, he's been very efficient in this game. It's now going to make it 10 attempts for 70 yards rushing.
Well, we talked about it earlier before the second half. Giving the Whitworth a chance to try to go get a touchdown to take the lead here. They're in red zone territory. They've got a chance to take the lead here against the Panthers.
Here goes Ewing. Working out of the trips on a 2nd down. Right outside the 10-yard line at the 12 approximately. Ewing doesn't like what he sees, decides to change the play up a little bit. There's a press coverage before the flag goes down.
Delay of game.
And it was. And I was about to mention, before the delay of game, a timeout for the Pirates, and they're going to use one of the first timeouts of the second half. They seem to use a lot of those early, especially in that first half. Now they already used one here on this first drive.
A little miscue on the play calling. Austin Ewing didn't like what he saw, tried to change the play, lost track of the play clock, nearly ran down, and Sandberg came up to the referee and called a timeout just before the delay of game was called.
Worth mentioning there, when Ewing was making his adjustment, it looked like Liggett was getting pressed by Rennick Martin. And again, as we mentioned, Liggett is a tall receiver standing at 6'4". So you have to wonder if that's going to be a matchup they're going to start to look for, especially when you get down to the goal line.
Well, you know, whenever you have a big body receiver like that with the height of 6'4", you know, the vertical on that is crazy tall. Given it a good chance there, if you throw a ball way over the, you know, the cornerbacks, he's got a good chance of catching that ball.
He does indeed. We now have, it looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 8. Again, working at the 12-yard line.
Well, Panthers have a good complementary defense out here with the cornerbacks averaging about 6'1", 6'2", so they can challenge those tall receivers that Whitworth has out on the outside.
Worth mentioning, we see a press coverage on Ashbeck. Working on the right side. That is Rennick Martin, one of the top corners for the Panthers. Ewing's going to throw this one up, and it's going to be out of bounds despite being caught.
Great effort by the receiver to catch this ball, but way out of bounds there. Ewing throwing that ball, got to get that out maybe a little earlier.
This now makes it 3rd down for the Pirates. Down by 4. They still can't get a first down, by the way.
This might be a big play here. This might be the tone setter for this game, depending on who comes out on top of this.
Ewing, huge 3rd down here. Draws back in the pocket, steps up, tries to run, avoids all the tackles, and he will go down. Alex Tariquez with the stop.
There we go. Get some pressure on the quarterback. Here comes Alex Tariquez to come into the backfield and get Austin Ewing on the ground, not giving him a chance to get in there, and they bring on the field goal unit.
So now the Pirates look to try to bring this score down to a 1-score game, making it 14-13 if this kick goes in by Bone. Bone so far has been perfect. 1 of 1. As well as 1 of 1 on his PATs. This kick is up. And it's no good. Bone a little to the right.
From our angle, that one looked like it went over the top of the upright there.
We got the ball boy a little hyped up on that one.
There's my MVP there. Like to see it. Yeah, it looked like this one, I guess, went a little bit to the right of the post there. You saw the Panthers sideline waving the arms to the right and left.
And that's a momentum swing. You know, a long drive here for the Pirates to end in no points. It's got to hurt.
Yeah, that's a big momentum swing there. The Pirates were looking for a way to get the lead there, or at least keep it very close. If they got 3 there, we'd be talking about a 14-13 game, 1-score difference between the two. Missed the field goal on that last play, and now we're here at 14-10.
Here comes the Whitworth defense with McKiernan. Worth mentioning, having himself a game so far, where Nathaniel Espinoza has gotten the better half of him. Espinoza, 13 of 20 passing. Roll out here, incomplete, a little to the inside. Espinoza on the cusp of 200 yards passing right now, currently at 199.
Looked like Crowell was the intended receiver there. Miscommunication on the pass and nowhere near Crowell.
Espinoza looking to the sideline. And finally gets to play. Worth mentioning, the leading receiver, Amir Adams, working wide at the bottom of the screen. Two-back set. Woods and Orsino. This one's going to be a play action. Espinoza trying to Amir and doing so like it's been working all game long. Like clockwork, Espinoza to Amir for a first down.
This is a comebacker by Amir Adams. One-on-one coverage. Give him a chance to get the ball. Amir Adams puts himself right in front of the corner, able to get this ball in there on the comeback play from Nathaniel Espinoza. Good throw over, sidearm throw towards the sideline. Great catch by Amir Adams. He's been such a big highlight for this team.
Amir Adams showing his strength there with the contested catch. This one's going to be a run to Orsino. Orsino's going to be stopped, though. Well, that was Isaiah Woods. My apologies.
Yeah, Isaiah Woods trying to get some easy gains here. The Whitworth Pirates bunch the inside box there, following the running back, get him on the ground, and that's about a 2-yard loss on that play.
Second and 12 coming up for the Panthers. They are approximately at the 38-yard line. Double backfield again for Woods and Orsino. Play action, rollout again. Espinoza to Adams again. A first down again. This duo right now has been unstoppable in this game.
Well, I think there's no question about it that Espinoza has found his target, his feature target in Amir Adams. This is another one-on-one coverage for this matchup with Adams. Gets in front of the cornerback again, and he's not able to cover him. It's just another great play on another comeback. Just flip it to the other side of the field.
Amir Adams now with 7 receptions for 131 on the day, including the touchdown he had in that second quarter. Espinoza now on first down. Right at midfield, Espinoza now with the keeper, and he moves past midfield. They are now officially in the Pirates' territory.
And Espinoza trying to scramble, looking for open space, just slides down easy, avoiding injury. We don't want any injuries going on here in the first game of the season. You know, we got a lot more games to go this year.
It's now 8 minutes left in this third quarter. This could be a huge drive to make it a 2-possession game for the Panthers. They want to start getting this game a little out of reach. Here's Espinoza on 2nd and 5. Espinoza's going to do another keeper. Espinoza with a lot of room this time. Gets out of bounds for the first down to the 40-yard line.
That's a design run there by Nathaniel Espinoza. The Pirates defense recognized that it was a run to the left side. The entire inside front 7 moved to the left on top of your screen, and Espinoza just has too much speed, too much gas on those legs, and he runs to the outside and gets a good gain and for the first down.
Espinoza looks a little tired out there. I mean, you have to say, with all the plays he's had an effect on, he's been running the ball, he's been throwing the ball, he's the team's leading rusher, and obviously the team's leading passer as the only quarterback out.
Well, hopefully we can get him a chair later so he can rest on the sideline.
Someone get this man some water. Run up the middle by Orsino for a gain of 2. And Espinoza is making a signal to the sidelines as well. You have to wonder if he wants a play, if he sees something he likes. Again, we were talking about how Espinoza needs to figure out these disguise coverages. So far, he's been doing incredible passing the football.
Well, it looks like Whitworth is trying to match this offense because they've also been trying to disguise these offensive looks. It's been a tough day for this defense to find something.
Espinoza, quick throw, caught. First down there. This one will be the first catch for Crowell in this game.
Well, they've been trying to find that connection earlier in the game. They finally get it here. Crowell to the outside, gets an easy catch for a first down.
And, you know, you were mentioning how Espinoza reminds you a lot of prime Russell Wilson. Well, you have to say, especially with a lot of successful throws on the run, he's definitely doing so.
Well, you see the low center of gravity. You know, when you're a shorter figured person like that, you know, you've got better balance. So Espinoza with his short stature, he's not going to go down as easy as many other people. You might think so, but Nathaniel Espinoza, his play style, very, very much so like a Russell Wilson type. Throws off platform 1 foot. Looking really good.
First down, inside the 30-yard line. Espinoza loads up, Wide open target, breaking a couple tackles, and a first down there. The Panthers are moving down officially. That was Omar with the catch and run.
Well, there's the key player finally coming into play there. Omar gets his first catch today. Nathaniel Espinosa sidearm throw over to his receiver, and there he is. The first catch for the tight end for a small little gainer.
And it's just so hard to be able to try to bat that ball down or really predict where it's going when Espinosa can throw at many different angles, sidearm, over the top. It could get hard for the defense to stop. First down at the 13-yard line. Panthers looking to make it a two-possession game. Espinosa, play action. Ooh, and he tried to get it again to his tight end Omar, but could not. A little high.
I mean, that's just a tough throw nonetheless. 45 right up in his face, trying to get it to Omar yet again. Just not enough touch to get it to his tight end out there on the right side. Goes incomplete. Second down now.
Second down inside the 15. Two-back set, we've seen this plenty of times before. Ursino and Woods. Espinosa taking on a 2nd and 10. Handoff this time to Woods. Woods breaking a couple tackles, fighting forward to get to the 9-yard line. That's going to make it a 3rd and 5 now, working inside the 10-yard line.
Well, now they're trying to get after the teeth of this defense, pushing the ball towards the middle. Again, we saw this happen earlier in the game. They're not trying to spread it too far to the outside now, just trying to push the defense further back. But now they're on that golden down with 3rd down here. Looks
inside
like we might.
The 10. What do you run here on the 3rd and 5?
Well, if I were me, you know, spread it out, try to get some trickery here. Looks like they got a bunch formation on the right side, trips.
You have to expect possibly a rollout here. Working in the backfield right now is Woods. Espinosa's going to take it himself and get stuffed immediately. Only a gain of 1. What a stop there by the D tackle for the Pirates. That was DePaulo.
That was a really rough hit on Nathaniel Espinosa on a designed run by the QB.
And Espinosa's getting up a little shaky right now. You have to wonder if all these hits are going to start wearing and tearing on Espinosa and what's going to be a long game.
That's a big factor.
And the Panthers with Borelli Ken just trying to get this game within a 7-point lead right down the middle with confidence. The Panthers lead now 17-10. It's getting a little scruffy. Oh, and there's a flag thrown on where the play just happened. It looks like a little bit of a scrap happened.
A little scuffle there between Ephraim Watkins and another Chapman player. But how about Ken Barrow making that kick? He made a 48-yard attempt to end the first half of this game. Missed it wide right. Getting some confidence back here on a short kick. Right
like
down the middle.
The ref was talking to Fujiwara, who you actually interviewed in your package. So you have to wonder what
When we talk about Fuji a little bit, he's a fighter. If you try to get in his face, he's going to go right back at you. Owen's just trying to get an explanation here. He's standing at the 20-yard line right now.
Nothing you'd like more for someone to protect the kicker.
The result of the play, the kick was good. After a play, dead ball, personal foul, 34, the kicking team. That 15-yard penalty being enforced on the kickoff. We have a kickoff.
This one is on Davey Cooper, one of the linebackers for the Chapman Panthers.
Davey Cooper, the lunge guy.
Davey Cooper, the lunge guy, if you saw some of our CSBN videos. So the flag is on him, and that's going to have an effect on the kickoff.
Well, I guess somebody's going to be doing some lunges after this game, after that penalty.
And now we have 4 minutes left in this game. Panthers lead 17-10. So the Pirates defense does a good job here preventing this game from really getting out of hand. They still keep it at 1 possession, and they give an opportunity here for the Pirates to possibly mount a tying drive with Ewing.
Yeah, this is a chance for Ewing to try to get his offense back on its feet. They had some success on that last drive, but they weren't able to get it in there, and a missed field goal on the last drive for them. So they've got to try to figure out how to get some points here up on the board. not too far out of reach, though. 17-10, this game is still very, very close.
This game very much in reach for the Pirates as they'll receive this kick. Tapia put in a tough situation, having to kick off from the 20-yard line. So you have to expect the Pirates to get some good field position. This kick is up, and it's going to go all the way to Hines. Solo Hines now, the running back, with a little bit of room and taking it to his 39-yard line. Solo Hines, not just a cool name, but a great running back as well.
Yeah, on the return, you typically use running backs on those return games, sometimes a wide receiver, but in this situation, they like to use those running backs. And he actually got tackled by a running back, our very own Gio Orsino on that tackle.
The halfbacks going at it on that play. Two running backs in the backfield for the Pirates. Looks to be Saldago and Hines. This one's going to go to Saldago. It's been working great so far. This time he'll just get a good gain of about 5. Saldago had himself a great game so far, been the leading rusher for the Pirates. 72 yards total on 10 attempts, averaging 7.2 yards per carry. Huge.
He's been picking it up for this team, trying to get some good rushing yards, give time for Ewing to figure out some plays here.
Here is a throw. Ewing's going to take it deep to Liggett. And what a play on the defensive end. That was Rennick Martin on the defensive side. What a stop.
Great coverage there by our man up there. This is a great throw one-on-one with this play right here. Number 12, Rennick Martin, batting the ball down on the ground, not giving a chance for Liggett to catch that ball. We talked about the height on Liggett, but how about the hops on number 12, Rennick Martin, to slap that one away?
Rennick Martin getting up high for that one. What a stop. Now we have a third down for the Pirates, 3rd and 5. Ewing, halfback. It looks to be a wide receiver screen for Liggett. Liggett with a little bit of room, and he will get the first down.
Little trickery there. Tight end screen there. Trying to catch the defense off guard. Let him come through the gaps, chase the quarterback, and then throw it over to your receiver into open space, and got the first down. That's the type of play we'd like to see more from this Whitworth Pirates team on those golden downs.
And now we have another first down for the Pirates. They're moving the ball again past midfield. Ewing on a 1st and 10. Play action. He's going to throw this one to his left side, and it is cut for first down. And I think, surprisingly, that will just be Cade Johnson's second catch of this game.
Kalen Johnson, wide receiver, 6'2", Munich, Germany, second catch of the day. Trying to get some easy pitches here, getting some opportunities here from Simon Fraser University.
Shows the growth of the game of football. International players as well being involved. Ewing sends a man in motion. Play action. Going deep to the same man again. Good toe tap drag by Johnson. First down. Moving now to the 16-yard line.
Looking at some more plays for Johnson there, the man out of Munich, Germany. Good toe tap catch there on the sideline for another really nice gain. Gets the first down, and now they've got a chance to run back what they tried to get earlier in the last drive.
Austin Ewing right now is having a fantastic drive. Has converted all his third downs, and he's now passing over 187 total yards with a touchdown and no interceptions. They move both receivers out to the left side now. You have to talk about the height difference that the Pirates do have. This one a throw to his tight end, but pressure, and there's a flag down. After the tackle, which was by Hunter Headley with great pressure. They're going to throw a flag down. You have to wonder if they're going to try to call roughing the passer possibly for going low there. But
I believe that, or unnecessary roughness, or on that late hit.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
They call it roughing the passer.
Defense, number 1. Low hit on the quarterback. Half this to the goal line. First down.
And you can tell the Panthers are not too happy with that call. Fans showing their displeasure.
Well,
and really, it was an interesting call as you know, just kind of getting tripped up there. He just made an attempt to tackle him. Do you really see the call there?
I don't really see it. It's very close there. He's going for the legs. He's not trying to ram his legs with the helmet or anything like that. He's just simply trying to wrap up so he doesn't go too far because he's trying to scramble out of the pocket. That's a very close judgment call there by the refs.
And
that's
either way,
tough.
It's a costly call. This now moves the Pirates to the 16-yard line and gives them a reset for 1st and 10. Looking to try to tie this game with 1:50 left. Oh, actually, apparently after the call, they're moving them within the 10. So it's a 1st and goal.
See, this is the opportunity that the Pirates needed after that very close call there on the roughing the passer. Ewing was limping a little bit there, so we might not see him scramble a little bit unless, you know, that was just a little cramp there. Not sure what happens.
Ewing, handoff to his number 1 man, Saldago. Saldago hit behind the line. This time again, Hunter Headley in the backfield. This time no flag. Headley will get that tackle.
Well, it looks like they're being more aggressive on defense, trying to stop the run. Hunter Headley, that's the 2nd time he's gotten into the backfield, this time on a run, getting his man down on the ground, trying to keep the Pirates out of the end zone. The defense has been holding so far so good since we started the second half.
Here we go. 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. Ewing. He rolls out, gets around the end. Ewing throwing to the end zone, and it is caught. We are tied. But there's a flag down, something to look out for. But what a throw by Ewing.
It's a call on the Pirates. The ref from the sideline was pointing towards the Pirates. I believe it might be a hold. This might be coming back after a great toss over there by Austin Ewing as he was rolling out. So he looks like he's fine after that tackle. He escaped K. Jordan pretty well. He was nearly getting him to the ground.
Yeah, despite the limp, he showed very great mobility on that play. So the ref is going to call.
Pass interference. Offense, number 1. 15-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
And a huge call back there. This is going to replay 2nd down and move the Pirates back behind the 20.
So they get a penalty on the roughing the passer. They move up. Pass interference. They go backwards. We're back to square one. Take a look at the replay, trying to see if we can find that pass interference a little bit. There's a little bit of a hole by one of the receivers out there for Whitworth, and trying to disengage with the Panthers defender. That's where the call happened.
And now this makes it a 2nd and 20 from, well, 2nd and goal from the 20. Far back are the Pirates, and a timeout for the Pirates. Now their 2nd timeout already of the 2nd half. Timeouts that they can use.
I mean, I guess they're trying to figure out something going here, but, you know, timeouts are essential, especially if you get into crunch time. If you need it and you're down, you know, a few points, you're trying to win a game or tie a game, you're going to need those timeouts. But, you know, 2nd and 24, I guess the Pirates are trying to figure out some strategy because they're way deep beyond, you know, where the goal line is. So
do you try to get this? Obviously, you don't try to get this all back in one play. How do you go about trying to get some yardage back, though?
I mean, just get some short yardage gains. You've got at least 2 chances to try to go towards the end zone. If you get close enough, maybe it could be 4th down territory in this close game. You've got about a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Why not try to keep this game close, challenge the Panthers, gain some confidence, gain some momentum, and, you know, run it down the throats.
And now we will go back onto the field. The ball is actually going to be placed, it looks like, close to the 24-yard line, so even a little further back. Costly penalty for what could have been a tie game.
Looks like they're going empty set here with 5 different receivers. They're possibly looking to take a shot towards the end zone instead of getting a small gain.
You have to wonder. Ewing is going to take it on a QB draw. Good move to the outside. Ewing slides down and gets to the 20. So they're still going to make it 3rd and goal from the 20.
I mean, get a little gain here. Get closer towards the end zone. Challenge the Panthers defense a little bit. And, you know, throw the fake Jets jet pass, 5 receivers going down the field. You don't think the quarterback's going to run out on that play. That's exactly what they did. A little QB draw, run up the middle, get some yardage.
Do you also maybe expect a toss here to Liggett, the 6'4" receiver? Working on his end. Something to look out for on a 3rd and goal. Ewing steps back in the pocket, just a quick throw to the outside and a great tackle. Stopping it from no gain. Holbrook there on the tackle. That was to Shelley. And now that makes it an interesting play. They move the ball up, but it will be set on the left hash.
Well,
the clock is going to run down. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Panthers will lead 17-10. And right now it looks like it's going to be a 4th and goal. You have to wonder if they're going to go kick a field goal or decide whether to go for it on 4th, being down 17-10.
Well, they've got a long way to go, with 16 yards to go to the goal line. And I think the better thing is trying to go for a field goal, keep it close, and, why not? If you feel really confident and you've got Coach, Rod Sandberg on the other side, you could try a little razzle-dazzle if you want to, but it's a little gamble whether you want to do it or not. I'm not sure if they, run typical analytics and, whatnot. That's the kind of thing that we see a lot more these days with analytics and trying to see, hey, is this a good chance for us to go for a 4th down? So we'll see. Well, I heard earlier Angie's got a surprise for us, so let's send it down to her.
Well, you guys, as promised, I said I was going to get an interview, and my promise is completed. We've got number 56, captain of the Chapman Panthers, Kenny Corbert's father. I mean, hey, what are you thinking about this game? How's it looking up here? You've been doing the dumbbells like a lot, right?
Yeah, great game, 2 evenly matched teams. Chapman, I think, is playing a little bit better. They're up by 7, and they're getting ready. They just field goal, so they're doing really well tonight.
Perfect, excellent. Look at this crowd, everybody. Look at this. This is absolutely amazing.
What we just witnessed right now,
That's
a block
Chapman pride for you.
kick.
That's Chapman pride.
And a block kick there for the Chapman Panthers. What a play. The refs are on the field right now, but the kick has been blocked. Whitworth just unsuccessful so far on kicks.
Well, let me just talk about what just happened there. We've seen that plenty of times. You talk about having interviews on the, with the crowd, and then something big happens, and we see the crowd go wild. So how about the crowd jinxing it on that play, on that blocked field goal?
This is a huge call. They call it leaping. So it's not only just going to reset a 4th down, it's going to give them yardage and a 1st down again from the goal line. A costly penalty. This just gave the Pirates life.
That's tough. I don't think I've seen a leaping penalty in a very long time. Obviously, some players in the NFL made it such a big theme a few years ago, jumping over the line. I guess that's exactly what happened. And, well, here we are now. Whitworth has got a chance to go for the end zone now after that costly mistake in favor of the Panthers, and now it's in favor of the Pirates.
Costly, it does not even describe the half of it. This just gave the Pirates life in a 1st and goal inside the 10. Play action by Ewing. Ewing, toss, breaking tackles, diving, can't get there, but he's down to the 1. Fields. And now we have a 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line.
Find your tight end in the middle of the zone. Big body tight end, looking like a little ping pong there, bouncing off of different players. Nearly gets to the end zone. He gets down to the 1. Now a big challenge here for the Panthers, as we might see a momentum swing here depending on the outcome of this drive.
Now 14 minutes left in this 4th quarter. Ewing tries to jump over, reaches the ball over, touchdown! The Pirates are within 1. Austin Ewing on the QB sneak. 2nd effort.
Looks like he got stuffed initially as he's trying to leap over the line, and then on the 2nd attempt, when he goes over the line, just lands beyond the end zone, and he's in there clearly. And here we go.
And
Game's about to be tied up.
Mentioned the Disneyland fireworks timing out perfectly with the Pirates touchdown. I think we know who the mouse is rooting for. This kick is up. Ooh, a little flat, but it shoots good. We are tied 17-all. 14 minutes left in this game now in a tie ball game.
Well, this is exactly what we expected. I think we're going to say it so many different times. But the momentum swing off of the leaping call, you know, the Pirates were going to get 3 there on that field goal to make it 17-13. And then they get called on the leaping foul, and now they're in the end zone, and now we're tied at 17-17.
I mean,
we got a close game.
I know we talk about like key plays being usually successful plays, but that right there, the penalty, that is a key play of the game. Possibly the biggest momentum swing that we've seen so far.
Well, now the penalties are coming in here as the outcome. You know, they're being that's the big potential thing about this game. We could be talking about that penalty all night depending on who wins this game. So, you know, that leaping call, we're going to remember that one for sure.
And now we have to see how the Panthers respond. Back again, Isaiah Woods and Gio Orsino, the 2 running backs for the Panthers, ready to return. And the kicker for the Pirates, Bone. We'll get ready to send this one off. I have to say, I don't like the mouse's favoritism to the Pirates right now. Orsino gets this one, and we'll return it back. Orsino is stuffed. What a hard hit that was, and getting up hyped for the Pirates. That was Cameron Shelley with the great tackle. Prevents him from getting to the 20-yard line.
Big hit there. Orsino takes his ball from the 1, running it down, trying to find some open space, and gets walloped near the 15, about the 20-yard line. And the Panthers are looking for a good start here. The big key to success so far in this game has been the yards after catch. Amir Adams has got a 67 yards, while John has got 30 yards after catch. That's the big thing here for the Panthers receivers. Once they catch that ball, they get into open space and run all around this Pirates defense.
Just getting the ball in the hands of the playmakers, and now it's going to rely on the arm of Nathaniel Espinoza to give the Panthers the lead. Espinoza, play action. Deep throw, and it's going to be too far. Try to get that one to his running back, Woods.
He had a man open down the middle, and Joey Omar trying to find Woods on that play, but he was covered up on that. Threw this one, trying to see if Woods would run down the field to try to go get that ball, but it's just out of his reach as he was being covered by the Pirates defense.
Espinoza trying to force that one down the field. Needs to find his rhythm. Here we go on a 2nd and 10. Espinoza, roll out, and this is going to be a designed run. Espinoza up the middle, breaking a couple tackles and sliding down smartly. He was hit at the end of the play, and he's a little slow to get up, but there's going to be no flag there, despite the late hit on the slide.
Yeah, that's negligible for a penalty. Doesn't get the benefit of the doubt there, but Espinoza putting some moves on there, swiping around the defense like a rabbit, man. He's jumping around everywhere.
Manuel Espinoza hard to bring down. We now reach a 3rd and 6, a huge play in this game, as Espinoza tries to convert a 3rd down for the Panthers. Espinoza takes the snap. Just a dump off to Orsino. Orsino has to beat a man. He does so. Orsino gets the 1st. Down to the 35.
How about that by Gio Orsino, getting it to open space, got one defender to beat, puts the dead leg move on him with the juke to his right, takes a step. Espinoza, you see on the replay here, to Orsino, puts his foot in the ground, gets by a defender, and dives past the 1st down marker.
Give that boy a map. Where are you going? Orsino putting on a fantastic move. Now we have a double back set, Woods and Orsino. We've seen this before. This one, play action to Orsino, is going to be a throw to Amir Adams on the comeback. This time a stop Finally getting the better of him is the DB Adams.
So Adams covering Adams, Talidi, and Amir. We saw this earlier in the last drive. Espinoza trying to go to his man with the comebacker to Amir Adams. And then Talidi Adams comes in and says, not anymore. You've been, getting the advantage of me all night. So I'm not letting you take another one off of me.
You have to wonder if they're finally going to start catching on to the power of Amir Adams for this offense. Another two-back set for the Panthers. We have another running back in this time for the Panthers, someone we haven't seen before, but this one will go to someone we've seen, Gio Orsino, and he gets a gain of about 1 before his momentum is stopped. But we have to mention someone we haven't actually seen on the field too often for the Panthers, Derek Fuentes in at running back.
Derek Fuentes is probably one of those third string, fourth string running backs, because this running back room is pretty loaded for the Panthers. Obviously, losing a man in Marcos Reyes, their team captain, they've got to rely on Woods and Orsino now in the backfield.
And a lot of sub-outs for the Pirates, but on that side, the Pirates side, trying to get loud. This is a huge 3rd and 9. Play clock running down. Timeout for the Panthers as he has to call it before the play clock runs down. A smart play by Espinoza as they just weren't able to get the play off in time.
Fireworks are finishing here at Disneyland behind us. You hear all the crackles and pops.
They're reaching the grand finale over at Disney with the fireworks as we reach the climax of this game in a tied 17-all.
Well, here we go. 4th quarter, 3rd down, about 9 yards to go. Looks like Espinoza called a timeout, trying to find strategy, trying to squander the crowd on the other side over there on the field. And there's been a lot of noise on the sideline for the Pirates and the crowd over there who traveled far away from Spokane, Washington to come here all this way to see a great game between these two opponents.
Indeed. And in a 3rd and 9, what play do you go to here? I mean, the comeback's been working, but it did just get stopped recently to Adams. Do you try to roll out Espinoza or trust him a little bit more in the pocket?
Well, I mean, you try to find a guy who they haven't been really looking at too much this game. You've been throwing it to Legman and you've been throwing it to Amir Adams, but the one man we haven't seen so far is Joey Omar. That was the X factor that we're talking about at the beginning of the game. He's been open on a few plays. Hopefully Espinoza is able to see him down the field and throw a pass to his man and, throw it to somebody unexpected, something that the defense is not going to look for.
Joey Omar, being the big body tight end, can also easily box out at that 3rd yard line for that 1st down once he gets to the sticks. Here we go, 3rd and 9, Espinoza. Motions a man over, and he takes a snap. Play action, Espinoza, a little toss to Woods, and it's not going to go for a 1st down. It's going to be stopped short. An interesting play call on a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, they try to do a little jet sweep fake here, throw to the inside tight end, screen, run down the field with a draw, not able to get the yardage there, and here comes the punt team and Owen Tapia with a long of 81 yards a season ago.
And Espinoza walking over to the sideline, showing a little dismay. Probably did not like the play call there as it went a little conservative on a 3rd and 9. Now we have 11-10 as it keeps ticking down on the clock. The Pirates are going to have an opportunity to take the lead. Ooh, as someone really try to block that one. Tapia staying cool under pressure, though. And it will be received at the 14-yard line. That's where Ewing will take over.
How about that punt by our guy down there, Owen Tapia?
Give credit to your man.
Pinning them inside the 15-yard line down at the 13. He's got a big leg on him. Talk to him a little bit. The D linemen love him, and the special teams guys, even though they may not get as many reps in practice, but he's the reason why they're pinned in the backfield now.
Here we go, Ewing working out of the gun. Play action, Ewing sets up and just dumps it off to his man, who puts on a heck of a move. What a move that was indeed by Hines.
Yeah, this is a play action pass by Ewing. Doesn't see anybody open downfield. Good coverage by the Panthers on that play. Just dumps it off to Hines, trying to get some easy yardage, and actually was a pretty big play. Gained about 7 to 8 yards on that.
As we now approach a 2nd and 2. Ewings has in the backfield Solo Hines. Takes a snap after a hard count. Solo Hines with a little bit of room up the middle. Hines is going to fight to the 29-yard line. Good sportsmanship show there by Hines to Headley.
Here's the big thing we have seen differently since the beginning of this game is that both of these teams are kind of securing the ball a little better. You know, the 2 fumbles, you know, in the first quarter. You know, we haven't seen anything in this second half, so they're controlling the ball a little better now for both of these teams.
As the Panthers are looking for a bit of momentum, you could tell it's been lost. The Pirates now with the ball and driving, looking to take the lead. Oh, and it's a fumble on the ground, and it's going to go right back to Ewing. Fumble on the snap there.
What was I talking about earlier about fumbles? Is that a commentator's jinx? Well, I mean, obviously it didn't go.
Almost.
Yeah, obviously the Panthers didn't recover it, but the Pirates did. But how about that?
Ball fell on the ground. Ewing just could not secure it as it went right to his chest.
Sometimes the center is not focused. You know, he's focused on the guy in front of him trying to block the defensive lineman, and sometimes he just bounces the ball off of his backside and, you know, on the ground. So great job by Ewing to have that awareness to bounce on top of that ball.
We have to mention, actually, this is another quarterback in now, not Ewing. Something happened to Ewing. We have another quarterback in. This throw over the head and caught for the first. Again, doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Liggett is there to make the catch.
Well, we talked about the different quarterback look. Guess who just came in? It's our man Ryan Blair, who started for this team last season in a ton of games for this team. He comes in here and throws a great pass down the left side of the field, bottom of your screen.
And we talked about next man up mentality for the Panthers. Now we're seeing it for the Pirates. Coming in such a clutch moment right now is Ryan Blair, making a key first down throw. Here's the one. It's fake, and it's actually going to go to Hines. Hines on the outside. Hines with a little bit of room to the outside. First down to the 30. Flag down at the 40.
Yeah, possible illegal block there. That might come back after a great run by Solo Hines.
As Hines is holding his arm a little bit as he took a shot. That'd be a tough loss for the Pirates. He's their best running back so far. Been working great in the passing game and in the rushing.
I'm not sure exactly what happened to Austin Ewing, because now we have Ryan Blair in there. I guess they're trying to give the Panthers a different look here, but Ryan Blair is more of a more collected, solid passer than Ewing is, but doesn't run outside the pocket too much.
And they waved the flag.
The blockers were engaged.
And they say the blockers were engaged, so that's going to make Hines' run good down to the 28.
So you see here on the replay, the blockers are engaged on this run, so no illegal hits there, nothing like that. It's just a really good gain on a great run by Solo Hines there.
And so far, Blair has been doing great driving the Pirates down the field. Ryan Blair looking back, and he likes what he sees. There's Saldago also in the backfield, worth mentioning, the leading rusher. Blair rolling out, moving back, looking for someone, and can't quite get it. His throw is going to go short there to his intended target. That looks to be to Dylan Ashbeck.
Yeah, he had some pressure in his face. There was a small blitz package thrown there by the front, sent the 2 linebackers into a blitz. And dancing around there was Ryan Blair, trying to find his man, and throws it right behind Ashbeck towards the ground, and incomplete pass.
Blair on a 2nd and 10 inside the 30. Again, even a field goal right now can take the lead. Blair, step back, Liggett. Oh, just a little too much on it. Liggett was open on the out route, but could not get that to him.
Ryan Blair out of Spokane, Washington, transferred from Western Oregon University, 1,191 yards passing, 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions a season ago. he's got more experience with this offense than Ewing, but Ewing came out here from Division I talent, so.
Here we go, the Panthers getting loud in the bleachers. 3rd and 10. And Blair tosses that one. This is gonna be a run, or so Saldago gets the first.
Oh man, way to save a touchdown. That was Kate Jordan on that tackle to save a touchdown, chasing down Salgado. Nearly got into open space. That would have been trouble time for the Panthers if he wasn't able to get him in there in time. See on the replay here, toss over to his running back, running through open space, great blocking downfield, and Kate Jordan flying out of nowhere over to get Salgado on the ground.
And now we have a 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line. Saldago still in the backfield with Blair. Blair's gonna hand this one off to Saldago. Saldago again working perfectly up the gut to the 8-yard line. And the Pirates are in prime position now, the clock ticking down, under 7 minutes left in this game.
Things are going a little slower here. Taking some time off, trying to figure out what they're gonna do here. Under 7 minutes to go in this game with a bunch set formation.
I imagine the Pirates are okay with letting the clock run down a little bit right now, in control of the ball. Still can't get a first down as well. Blair on a 2nd down and 5. This one up the gut. This is a touchdown, the go-ahead lead to the Pirates. That is Saldago. Who else with the touchdown run?
We've been seeing him a lot in this drive. Nearly got in the end zone earlier, but now he finally gets in. And the first lead of the day for the Whitworth Pirates as they go 23 points. Gonna go for the PAT here to put themselves up a score of 7.
And this could possibly make it 14 unanswered for the Pirates. And they could take a 24-17 lead, and they do. The kick goes right down the middle. 24-17 now, an interesting situation. We really haven't seen the Panthers down in this game at any point. And now they trail with just 6:26 left in this game.
Yeah, you see the run up there. Nobody's able to get to him in time, and he just runs in there for an easy touchdown. I mean, here comes the time for the Panthers to start kicking in another gear here. When they're down in this situation, Coach Owens knows how to get this team out of a rut. But here's the interesting stat here. When the Panthers trail, after the 3rd, they're 10-97. It's a tough situation to be in.
Not a great stat that plays in their favor. As they get set up for the kickoff.
Last year, when they were in situations where they were tied after the 3rd or trail after the 3rd, they're actually 0-3 in those games. So this is unfamiliar territory for the Panthers, but you got to be able to trust in Nathaniel Espinoza to try to put on a scoring drive here. Give his guys a chance and give the Panthers some confidence after 14 unanswered.
And here we go, Bone. We'll kick this off. Worth noting, we have Amir Adams also back on the return team, but this one is gonna go to Woods. Woods trying to find a little bit of room, just gets it back to the 26, so net gain of about 1 from where he would have got it in a touchback. And now we rely on the arm of Nathaniel Espinoza. He's had a fantastic game so far, passing for 269 total yards, as well as a touchdown that went to Amir Adams. And now they're gonna have to rely on his arm again.
How about this game to start off the season, first off? The closeness of this game between these two teams, and Nathaniel Espinoza trying to come out here with his magic, trying to put it all on his shoulders, give him a chip on the shoulder in a situation where they're down right now by a touchdown. This is where heroes are made.
This is where heroes are made and names are also stamped in history. Nathaniel Espinoza on a 1st and 10 in a key drive. First handoff there, and it's going to be for just a gain of about 1 to Woods.
Small little gain there. Give them some opportunities to go for a play action pass after a little run up the middle by Isaiah Woods. Maybe going a little faster to get some tempo.
Worth mentioning Woods right now. The rushing game has not been great for the Panthers. It's really been on the legs of Espinoza. Espinoza now trying to do something with his arm as well. Rolling out the pocket, finding Adams. This one is tipped up, and it's going to luckily be batted down. But that was a fantastic play there from the Pirates defense. And Zach Lovelace, who's actually the replacement for Caleb Shawin, made the great play there.
Espinoza was trying to find his guy down the field, running out, in trouble. He's pointing down the field, looking like, hey, get down there. And it's blocked away by Lovelace. Great awareness from the linebacker to be able to bat that one away and steal a chance away. And here we go, long third down situation here for the Panthers.
Biggest play of the game, 3rd and 8. Panthers need this first down, down 7, 5 minutes left in this game. Espinoza fires, and he gets the catch, and he gets the first. What a catch it was by Lakeman, and what a time for it.
Absolutely. Lakeman has his name called plenty of times here, and getting it on the goal down here in the 3rd and long, part of the field, and he finds Lakeman in the middle of the field. Great job to stay in there inside of the pocket. There was some trouble coming from the left side of the pocket, but finds his man downfield.
Espinoza with Woods in the backfield. Gives this one to Woods. Woods fumbles it, ball on the ground, and Woods is luckily able to fall back on it. A scary play for the Panthers. That could have been their 2nd fumble of the game. It moves them back 2 yards to now a 2nd and 12.
Yeah, that's exactly what you don't want to happen in the late part of this game. With under 5 minutes to go, you see Woods having some trouble with the handoff there, dropped the ball in front of him, but great job by him to get back on top of that, keep this drive alive.
Now 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game. Espinoza throws this one to Woods, and Woods is just going to go back for more yardage. And this conservative play calling is hurting the Panthers at this moment, sending them back to now a 3rd and extremely long.
Well, it seems like the momentum is now in favor of the Pirates. They've stolen that away with the 14-point run that they've gone on, and the Panthers are putting themselves in dangerous situations. This is an even longer 3rd and long now.
3rd and extremely long. You have to wonder if it's 4th down territory for the Panthers in this moment. Espinoza draws back, sits in the pocket, stays in the pocket, then rolls out. There's a little bit of pressure out there, but looking for someone and finding no one. That is thrown out of bounds.
That's a tough play for Espinoza. He's just sitting in there. He's got so much time, about maybe 7 or 8 seconds in the pocket there, trying to find somebody downfield. They're all covered up, double coverage on Joey Omar downfield, covered up. Lakeman can't find anybody, just throws it away, keeping it safe from any hands from the Pirates, and now they're going to punt it away. They've got 2 timeouts, though.
So now they need to rely on a great punt here from Owen Tapia to possibly get them some field position. There's now 3 minutes and 59 seconds left. This is getting into desperation time for the Panthers. This one, it's fumbled down on the ground, and it's going to be picked up. It's a pile up. We don't know yet. And it's going to be picked up by the Pirates. Oh, what could have been a huge play.
Oh my goodness. Look at this punt though, a spiraling punt. He goes backwards with the fair catch and he just misjudges it. Drops it in front of him, and that was a perfect opportunity for the Panthers to chop on that one, but they're not able to get to it.
Now TV Dodd was the one who fumbled it and got very lucky that the Panthers couldn't recover. Now it's relying on this Panthers defense to put a stop here to end this game, or to possibly give themselves a chance. It depends on how the Pirates do. Here's a right up the middle. Oh my God, up the guts. Aldago right now has just been having a lot of space so far. And that's not a good sign to start this drive for the Panthers.
You got to fight a little bit harder if you want to get a chance to get that ball back. Adam Andrade safely tackles the running back from getting too far away from, the middle of the seams there, and just keeps it within about 4 or 5 yards on that gain.
Credit to the Pirates, Patton Miller and Jake Tross working in that inside of the interior line That's been the big reason so far why Ursino has had a great, well, not Ursino, my apologies, Saldago's had a fantastic game rushing.
Well, this is their chance to put this game away as they try to eat away at the clock here.
And here it is, Blair, remember, put in really just in that last drive. Saldago gets a gain of 2. And just like that, this is the 3rd down play that we've been looking for the Panthers. This is it, a drive stopper right now. Could give it a chance to give Espinoza the ball back.
This is a really good opportunity for the Pirates to maybe go with the pass play if they feel like it, even though they're in their own territory. They trust Ryan Blair. They trust this offense to figure things out. They've been running the ball very well tonight, so don't be surprised if they try to run it on this play here.
Blair put in a tough situation in this game. Having to come in the last few minutes. Blair now in a 3rd and short. He's going to pass it. Has no one, escapes the pocket. He is sacked! K. Jordan!
Here comes the hair from the backfield, tripping up Ryan Blair in the backfield. That is huge for the Panthers defense.
K. Jordan just kept the game alive for the Panthers. And I think Bob Owens might have just called a timeout. It appears he did. There's a clock stoppage.
We see that Ryan Blair is looking for somebody. He's just covered up. Everybody's covered downfield, and K. Jordan comes in, sweeps at the legs, gets him on the ground. You know, Ewing was the more mobile guy.
That's our 2nd charge timeout. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 2:06. Please reset the game clock to 2:06.
Game clock now back at 2:06. More time for the Panthers, still with 1 timeout. Remember, too, in college, after every 1st down, the clock does stop. So a time is really not an issue right here.
Absolutely. They got 1 timeout to go. Try to save that one if you need it, absolutely. When you get down to the red zone or whatnot. They got 2 minutes to go. Run a little 2-minute drill here. We've got a really good finish in the works here possibly.
What a fantastic moment for that sack for Cade Jordan, keeping the game alive. We have Amir Adams back here to return the punt. Amir Adams is not someone we actually see listed too much as a punt returner. It usually goes to Gio Orsino, but maybe they want to just go with how good Amir's been in that run after catch.
What are you talking about how good Amir's been? You can talk about how good Cade Jordan's been. He's been that big impact player for this defense, making a big play. That's the big opportunity that they needed.
Here we go. The punt to Amir Adams. Amir probably just looking to field this punt cleanly. They could get good field position here depending on the punt. This punt is up. Has a bit of a weird spiral. Amir fair catches it smartly to the 43-yard line. And that's where the drive will start for number 1.
The short kick situation over to Amir Adams. They're in very good position here at the 43-yard line to go with about 2 minutes to go. And like I said before, this is where legends, heroes, and people will be remembered forever in these big moments.
And already one of the first early games of the season for the Panthers and Espinoza, and that offense is going to be tested. Have to give credit to the Panthers O-line for the most part, especially on their pass blocking. No one's been really able to get through, especially with that interior line of Kenny Korber and Brandon Fleece, Donovan Porter. Strong on the inside. Espinoza on a 1st and 10. Needing a touchdown. Espinoza's first throw, caught on the run and down into Pirate territory. That's Lakeman.
How about that throw over to Lakeman with a sidearm action, just fitting it into traffic beyond the corner in there and gets it to his man for a huge gain.
Espinoza on another 1st and 10. Looking. Sees that Amir isn't there. Espinoza with a lot of time, buying time, throwing to the sidelines. Intercepted! Threw that up and he tried to force it. And it's a pick for the Pirates. And you have to wonder with a minute 34, only 1 timeout. That might be the game. This game might be over.
Espinoza was just trying to find somebody downfield, looking for anybody open. Throws this one. I thought he was throwing it away on this play, but then he throws it a little too inside and gave the opportunity to the defender to catch that one, and he does. Interception.
No one else but Daniel McKierman, our player, one of our key players of the game, making the huge stop and the dagger for the Pirates. With 1:34 and only one timeout.
They might have a chance with maybe about 20 or 10 seconds left in this game. They're able to run it down. They do have one timeout to spare.
The only hope for the Panthers right now is forcing a turnover. First, they use that first timeout. Owens smartly does. Saves the clock to 1:29.
So you get about.
And now you think they're going to run down these next two
Timeout.
plays, so they're definitely going to
Chapman.
get it within under
Third
a
and final
minute.
timeout.
So there's still a chance that the Panthers can get the ball, but then you're going to get into miracle territory.
You get about 25 seconds on the play clock on each play. Let that clock run down just a little bit. Probably just about under a minute or so to spare and give a chance. You wanted, I mean, Espinoza had a man downfield, but it was just an even better play by McKiernan to take that ball away for an interception. We've seen it go back and forth this entire game. I mean, how about this game, though?
It's been a fantastic game. The Pirates were the ones who really mounted back in this game. And Espinoza, despite the one interception, he had a great game. 22 of 36 passing, 291 yards. That's a 61 completion percentage. And you just hate for his game to end in that fashion. Not to mention the heroics from Amir Adams as well. And they're going to probably trust Saldago to secure this ball and put this game away. Hand up to Saldago. Saldago fights for a short gain. It's going to make it now 3rd and long.
Here's the clock running down now as they're eating it away very slowly. 3rd down here. Panthers do need a stop. About 7 yards to go to get the first down. If the Pirates get a first down here, that's game right there.
First down ends the game, but you have to imagine that they're probably just going to try to run the ball. As that clock ticks down under now 4, it's going to get under 50 seconds, getting close to 40.
Looks like we're going to timeout.
Oh, and a timeout for the Pirates. Got it right before the clock. He really let that clock drain down before making that call. So smartly lets the clock run down to the fullest it can go. And now having one more play left.
Yeah, just avoiding a delay of game on this. I saw Sandberg run down the sideline over to the referee to call a timeout on that before they ran the play. So 43 seconds, they run a play here. They let that clock continue to run down. So the Panthers might just get this ball. If they get a stop here, they might just get maybe about 20 seconds.
44 seconds.
So they give them 1 second. Not really, it doesn't really make a huge difference.
Well, who knows? We've seen 1 second games come into factors in a lot of college football games. But this would be a tough one to drop if Chapman isn't able to get out of here with a win. But they got an opportunity to be able to take this one to overtime if they get the ball back. I'm just hoping for a miracle with the clock running down here in this game.
Clock now under a minute. They look to be in victory formation, so they're not going to take any chances. Now, interesting here, it's Ewing who's going to be in for the victory formation. Oh, and he smartly runs way back and cuts off a few seconds, and it's lined up directly with the play clock. This game is over. The Pirates are celebrating. They know it's over. The play clock perfectly matching with the game clock. They ran it perfectly. And for the Panthers, technically second game of the season, but the first one that will count. It will be an unfortunate loss at home after a 14-point comeback in the 4th quarter from the Pirates.
Well, I think the biggest thing, we take it back earlier in the game to that leaping call that, got him into this situation. And that determined to be a factor, and then that Espinosa interception, and we get a big upset here.
And that is it. The game is over. The Whitworth Pirates come back in the fourth in dramatic fashion to win this game and upset the Panthers in their home opener.
It's got to be tough. You know, you start off the season very strong. You know, you get your game canceled. You're looking for some opportunity to get yourself into that playoff conversation for the NCAA tournament thing, and Whitworth comes in here and comes off with a great win. What a great job by the Whitworth Panthers to get this one.
It was indeed. And really it was thanks a lot to the run game of Whitworth. And you have to give credit to Ryan Blair, who jumped in the last second. And Ryan Blair just took over. He was able to lead that drive. That kind of was the game-winning drive, really, in the end of it.
I mean, you got to be frustrated if you're the Panthers. You know, you had opportunities to put this game away and just not able to. And you let the Pirates come down here with 14 unanswered points and take advantage of that. And, you know, here we are right now. That's just kind of the theme of what happened in this game.
And again, credit to the Whitworth defense, too, stepping up in the final. They did not allow the Panthers to score at all in that fourth quarter, shutting down Espinosa and that offense that was driving very efficiently throughout the game very easily.
And it was big after that interception by McKiernan to secure that interception. That was basically the dagger. And then you saw Blair, you know, take that, you know, victory formation and stood up there for more seconds, and that also proved to be key. If he takes a knee there, you know, early in that snap, then they probably have 5 more seconds to go, but, you know, he takes a knee after that and matches the clock, and here we are. Whitworth coming in here in the home opener for the Panthers, and they take the win, and they go home victorious with all the glory.
And the Pirates are hyped after a great win, and unfortunately for Bob Owens, he's still going to be looking for that he's going to be looking for that next win to try to get it to 6, but he's going to stay at 7 wins away from 120 at the current moment.
I mean, talk about how big this game was. Tied all the way.
All the way. And we're going to toss it down to Angela Hara for the last time for her final report.
What a win, you guys. We've got number 20, Luis Salgado right here. You are, my man, are responsible for the last touchdown of this game. How do you feel, man?
I feel great. Our offensive line was blocking well all game, and I knew one was going to break one eventually. So, you know, we kept rushing. We knew we were going to come out in the second half and run the ball, and that's what we did, and we kept doing it. And, you know, we knew it was inevitable. So it feels great. And, you know, our offensive line, you know, I owe them a dinner because, you know, they did fantastic all night.
Yeah. And how did you feel? I mean, towards the end, Chapman was getting a little, you know, defensive. It was getting hectic out there. How did your team handle that, man?
You know, Coach Chapman has been talking about discipline all week. You know, we didn't like the way we came out and played last weekend, even though we won. And so Coach Chapman really harped on that. And we know if we stay disciplined, you know, we did our job, but we would come out with a victory, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, excellent. And by the way, man, give me a handshake. You were labeled MVP of this game for the Pirates. So, I mean, congratulations, man. Keep it up, all right? All right, thanks, man. Thank you. Go celebrate with your team.
100 yards rushing in the game, as well as the go-ahead touchdown. He was the leading rusher for the Pirates and really the key factor in this game.
Well, he was effective on so many runs. You know, you talked about that last touchdown run that he had. You know, he almost broke out for a big one, you know, earlier, and then K. Jordan took him down, but then came back to him, ran up the middle to the end zone, and that proved to be key in this game. He was running all over the Panthers defense the entire day. Nobody could figure him out, and with that speed and that upside that he's got, he was just going through everybody.
The low center of gravity for Saldago as well was the huge factor. He had great ball carrier vision as well. See, that was a big stop. K. Jordan was the only one really who was having a huge effect in that run game. Shout out to Jordan. But Saldago, again, just hard to bring down. And quick with his agility and his plays, it allowed Saldago to be able to break to the outside and eventually break for that touchdown that gave him the lead. Saldago, MVP of this game.
Yeah, you know, credit to his O-line, like he said. Hopefully that's a big piping hot chicken dinner, winner chicken dinner for his O-line. They deserved it. They gave him all the opportunities today.
They did, and this wasn't the only game, of course, going on in the SCIAC, so we're going to go over the rest that just happened. As we mentioned, Whitworth did just beat the Chapman Panthers right now, 24-17. As you just saw, we're going to get to the records of all the SCIAC games after we have the highlights for the rest of the game. Now, there was a lot of game highlights to talk about throughout this game. We have to mention that, you know, in the end, while the Chapman Panthers did lose, they had a lot of great plays. Shout out to Nathaniel Espinoza early in this game. Amir had a fantastic game receiving. Woods as well. Although that rushing game for the Panthers, like you said, not having their best rusher did end up hurting them in the end. Nathaniel Espinoza with a rushing touchdown and one passing that we'll see later in the highlight package.
Yeah, the O-line was doing very well for the Panthers, keeping protection on Nathaniel Espinoza, but they just couldn't figure out how to get the run established. And some really great throws by Ewing tonight. He found his receivers pretty well, got replaced by Ryan Blair late in the game, who also did a really good job. But how about the magic with Nathaniel Espinoza? If we get to see him the rest of this year just like that in his form, he's going to be really tough to beat if the Panthers are able to figure out how to, get out of, games where they're down by a few scores, and you got to turn to your man to get some magic. But just a heartfelt play on that last drive. The interception taken away by McKiernan. He definitely wanted that back, but that was just a great play by McKiernan. And Nathaniel Espinoza was trying to make a great choice there to throw to an open receiver, just couldn't find anybody. And all day, the last part of this game, it was just all in favor of the Whitworth Pirates today.
And worth mentioning as well, we mentioned that time of possession, how that was a factor in that first half. I mean, now Whitworth and Chapman are pretty much tied at 30 and 29 minutes each for both sides. So that was really kind of an effective thing right there, is the fact that the Pirates did have a great opportunity to really just hold the ball, run that clock down, and own that time of possession. Now, on the other side as well, we have to mention first downs goes to the hands of the Chapman Panthers, 24-20, despite their loss. Rushing yards as well actually has to be updated a little bit. Just went into the hands of the Whitworth Pirates. Thanks a lot to the rushing, as we mentioned, of our MVP. And the passing yards is owned by Nathaniel Espinoza on his end. But overall, a hard-fought win for the Pirates, resulting in their second win of the season, now making them 2-0 on the year. And the Chapman Panthers now fall to 0-1 despite having played 2 games.
Yeah, you talk about this team, they're going to have to go back into the locker room, figure things out. That defense has got to shape up a little bit more to protect against the run, but the stats were even out tonight. We saw a really close game today, and I think that was the big takeaway, both these teams fighting, with each other in a closely contested game.
Heartbreak in Orange County as the Chapman Panthers fall to the Pirates 24-17, and they will now look towards next week in the homecoming game, looking to get their first win of the season. We want to thank you guys for staying tuned throughout the entire game, for everyone who was here at the game, everyone who was watching on camera, to our amazing cast and crew, everyone behind the camera as well. Shout out to Zach, who was one of the leads on that one as well. Shout out to the entire cast, Ingrid as well, 2 of the main leads in that. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Alejandro. This has been Justin. We hope you guys have a great night.